There we go. Game does allow live streaming. Alright. Alright, well, I'll be right back. Yes, sorry, one sec. I'll be right back. I do apologize. I have to just check on something in the house. I'll be right back. Hello, I am back. There'll be some intermittent stop starting while I just get myself some food. Yeah. So yes, hello everyone, this is RRL, Rapid Racing League's Division 3, on obviously on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday we're up doing a race. We're doing back-to-back races this week with short qualifying and 25% race distances. So we're covering USA and America. Oh, USA and America. Yeah, America is USA. But anyway, we're covering the circuit of the Americas and the Mexican track, Mexico City, Autodromus, yeah, something. Don't know what the full name for the Mexican track is. All I know is that I really like it. But anyway, I was absent last week because I was out due to commitments, so I didn't get to commentate last week. Missed being on the commentary. I hope you're all doing well tonight. And yeah, let's get this underway. So we're doing things a little bit differently this week. The whole of Rapid Racing League is shortening the racing just so we can get through the rest of the calendar before Christmas is up, because we don't want people racing on Christmas Day, because understandably that is a very, very busy day for a lot of people, for universally everyone. And so we don't want to get in the way of that. So, yeah, that's that really. It's back to the old school format, actually, if anything, because the old school format is the old school format that I remember from F1 2019 when I was doing that with some of the OGs was 25%, and sometimes it would differ between like one shot quali or short. It was just different. I think they changed it to short by late season. But anyway, it was still 14 laps. And I'd argue that's probably why I did so well, because that was just a straightforward one-stopper every single time. And so you didn't have to worry about tyres. And again, in this game, it's very important for strategy. I'd say the strategy is more important than overall pace, but pace is definitely something that shouldn't be ignored. So as it stands, we have 18 people in this lobby, so that's mighty impressive. I'm very happy to see that we've still got such an active lobby. It's good to see everyone back in here, and it's good to see... Oh, the controller batteries are low. That is not ideal. I'll promptly plug in the controller and let that go. I'm going to check the Twitch chat as well. And we shouldn't be too much longer now. Say about 8:30 we'll start. 8:30. Oh, say ready up. Oh, I guess 8:25. 8:25. 8:25. Yeah, I was gonna say if everyone's here, then we'll just go ahead. Honestly, there we go. So 28 seconds. We're doing back to back. Hopefully the game doesn't glitch out. It did get an update recently that includes the 2021 F2 cars. So that was cool to see, because now I'll be able to drive as Oscar Piastri. And then of course there's two Kiwis in Liam Lawson and Marcus Armstrong, so that's always cool to see. And we are underway. Oh, it's wet quali as well. Oh boy. This should be quite an interesting session, if I say so myself, because this track demands a lot of attention, particularly in Sector 1. I mean, the Sector 1 bit is such a blast to nail down with the right setup, but that's the thing, is that if you don't have the right setup, it's a nightmare. And even bits of Sector 3, it's all very much corner entry and exit dependent, getting that just right. So the two technical parts of the circuit are marred by the start straight line, which is a fun little bit, and we're stuck at 0 for some reason. Is this another bug with this game? I swear to God. Oh, jeez. What would we do without this game? Did I get... There we go, okay, now the game's finally got its act together. I got invited to a party for some reason by one of the Mercedes guys. Why did I get invited to an Xbox party? I'm not going to obviously accept that. He's there in the Mercedes. I've only got one McLaren as it stands. But we are likely going to get perks later on, so there'll be 19 cars. So we're going to wait and see who comes out first of the garage here. It's a wonderful track, this one, though. I reckon it's definitely one of Herman Tilke's better tracks, just because the elevation changes that are natural to this landscape in Texas just make a really interesting track. And the fact that multiple disciplines have had good races here, MotoGP, IndyCar, and F1 obviously, they've all had, and even V8 Supercars one year had a good race here. I didn't actually watch it. I should probably watch it at some point, because like China in 2005 when Supercars went there, that was like an interesting landmark race. Also, logistically would have been ridiculously expensive, because we're on board with Kirko, who's going very slowly and letting other traffic through. Very generous of him. Is that for setting up track position? We will find out. We've got plenty of cars out on track right now. Nearly all of them, actually. I think barring 4. And what's extra confusing is that the 4 that are still... Now 3 that are still in pit lane are very shades of blue, which is not very fun. There's a lot of cars down the S's there. That's a bit risky. Very careful down there. Because with that many cars packed that close together in the S's there, you know, one wrong move, one wrong braking zone, you're going to be in the back of someone. It's a bit close there. But yes, so wet qualifying. Unfortunately, it's, unfortunately, but for some drivers anyway, I personally really like it. But it could be worse. It could be the full wet tyre. Full wet tyre, and this is, well, that's kind of like the Wild West. And with driving the Inters, I have a lot of fun. Like, dry setups just kind of work for me with the Inter setup for some reason, which might be indicative of why I'm so garbage at this game. But I have been playing career mode, and it's been therapeutic to just play career mode instead of stressing out in Div 1. I've done my team. Got a Haas that's slow. I bet you it's I'm a Bird who's possibly spun. Flunky's retired from session, fascinatingly enough. He's actually just gone off track. I think it's because he's Div 2. I keep forgetting because I forget everything. Kirko is way past. We should see Kirko. It's just gone past him. Past it. Alright, good to see. Yeah, either he's just full on Mickey yeeted it into the wall there. Probably retire. Anyway, so first across the line is the Aston Martin. Not of Urban Growth, it's your boy here. He's the first one to cross the line, and Salty isn't very far behind that. Oh, wow. So these two are, I mean, you're not going to gain much from being so close behind him there, but, I mean, it will help down the main straights. But you can see here, it's your boy here, being very cautious on the throttle. He's actually, yeah, he's eased off quite a bit, but there's on and off, full throttle, and dancing around these corners in these conditions. It's very tricky to maintain, and there's no real sense of when your car will back out. I'm assuming there'll probably be more of that when you race with a wheel than with a pad. But in the pad, on the inters, it can be either you're dancing around or you can just go flat out in most sectors of the track. We've got a really slow Ferrari. That could be Salty, actually. So Salty's lost his front wing entirely. He was lucky to not retire from that, actually. I suspect he spun out of that complex over that hill. So that's not ideal for him. He'll have to go back in and box. I'm double checking my audio's been picked up because this would have all been for nothing otherwise. Yep, no, we're good. We are very good. And I think that if anything, the game audio is a little bit on the loud side, so I might as well turn it down actually just a little. Give me... There we go. There you go. That, I mean, I don't think it'll change a hell of a lot, but, you know, it's better than nothing. It'll still be loud again. My cat's meowing in the background. I do apologise if you can hear it. So yeah, there we go. So he's just going to cut across the track there to try to get back quicker. It's not necessarily needed. Got plenty of time to set laps. I'm going to go on board with It's Your Boy here because he's going to be the first one to cross the start-finish straight. He sets a 1:47.4. Hard to say if that's decent in these conditions. He did set a purple sector 3, but Bremer has actually upset him along with JDM, so no, it hasn't been that good of a lap time. But Edmo just sets the fastest by about 0.4 of a second at 1:46.3 in the McLaren. So the McLaren's still maintaining a very strong grip hold over Div 3. So that's fascinating stuff there. We're seeing an interesting brevity of lap times displayed. Top 5 are actually quite close to each other, actually. There's a bit over a second between them, but then further back's absolutely got to improve as Hunter Hardwidge crosses the line to set a 1:48.7. Got more cars coming behind him, including a Alpine that's stopped, I think. Got an Aston Martin coming through. Urban Growth crosses the line and sets a 1:48.6. So good enough for P6 there. Not bad, but not great. But the way this goes is that you can stay out for longer and improve your lap times based off the lines that are being set. And obviously the tyre warms up. Obviously there's more grip. Things feel a bit better as Hardwidge sets the purple first sector there. There's only a 10th up, but I guess that just shows how close and how just tense it is in that part of the track. It's a bit very technical and very demanding, especially in wet conditions. As we've got SFR, Piastri, and I'm a Bird. Ain't No Kid, Hendo. Ain't No Kid's actually just set a time, I think. Oh no, he hasn't. Who set a time? I didn't see. It's Goffey, sorry. Goffey sets... Oh yeah, that's definitely a banker lap. Probably get the tyres nice and warmed up. He's definitely going to improve on that. I'm a Bird who's invalidated. Ain't No... SFR Piastri is going through Sector 1. Hasn't set a purple sector and is nearly... Oh, he nearly loses it. JDM goes fastest with a 1:46.332. Just under a 10th quicker than Edmo, so that's a very impressive lap. Got a Ferrari behind as Stroker Race climbs one position to set a 1:49.1. We've got a Haas right behind him. I don't know which Haas it is. It could be Greeny. Greeny's just crossed the line to set a 1:47.4, which puts him up into P5. So not a bad effort there. Not a bad effort there. Plenty of times on the board, plenty of variety. Some big gaps as Kirko improves, but not quite enough to get him into the top 10 with a 1:50.6. Got a Red Bull behind, which could be Hardwidge. Yes, Hardwidge is quicker. He sets a 1:47.6. So that's a very decent lap there from him. There's Kirko running very wide there in turn 1. Gets out of the way though, cleanly. So good effort there. Ooh, we got a Ferrari spinning up on the top. Cameras can't even pick it up. It was obviously Stroke Race, but does he have front wing damage? We're going to find out. No, he doesn't. He's been very lucky to avoid front wing damage. So now waiting for timed laps from 3 cars now. The rest have just got to improve and try get themselves further up the leaderboard. So we've got a yellow yellow flag in Sector 2. It is a Ferrari. I'm guessing it is Stroker Race. It is Stroker Race once again, so I'm guessing he's probably put the power down a bit too much on too hot tyres. He's likely giving up the rear end as Bremer cautiously gets past him there. So we've got a, what looks like a Williams? No, Alpine. So Goffey crosses the line, sits on 150.7. Not enough to beat his teammate, but it's within a tenth, so judging by how he's just kept on accelerating and hit that apex, he's going back out for more. Oh, he's nearly lost it though. Very, very lucky to avoid that. His ain't no kid, after going 2 seconds quicker in Sector 1, hits the wall and loses his front wing end plate. That is absolutely upsetting. That is devastating because he did so well. 2 seconds in Sector 1. Big improvement there. That would have definitely put him closer to the top 10. So it's disappointing there. He'll have to go back in there and pit accordingly. As we're on board with RNG Salty to see what time he can set in Sector 1. It's a 28.8. I'm not sure what the barometer is. I'm not sure what purple Sector 1 is, and unfortunately this onboard thing isn't like detailed at all. I'm a bird, I believe, set a faster time. Yeah, no, he set a time good enough for P11 with a 1:49.1. Plenty of cars on track. We've got the Alpha Tauris coming out. Bremer has set a bit of a banker lap, and Hendo's about nearly a second down. So either the track conditions are getting worse, or they are cooling off the tyres, recharging the batteries, and going back out for another hard lap. As we've got Itsy Boy here, who was invalidated and nearly lost it heading down the back straight. So that's fascinating. He might be going out for another run himself. We're on board with Hendo. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. It might be between the Red Bull and the Haas up in front. Could be I'm a Bird, actually. I'm a Bird, I think, has front wing damage. As Bremer goes purple, but then loses it! Oh, and he keeps the car in one piece, barring the front wing. Still drivable. Hendo in front, though. Hendo's not far behind him. He's got to give way to Hendo. Hendo, he gives him enough space to go through. I don't know if Hendo improved or not, but that was very, very risky there as Bremer spins again for good measure. Fortunately, 2 times lucky, he's kept his car in good working order. He's doing celebratory donuts to celebrate. Poor dude keeps losing it. Oh, and he just damages more of his front wing. You have to be super careful when he's on the throttle there. So SFR Piastri setting a 1:47.9 to put him up into P9. So the two Mercedes are side by side. Didn't get to watch the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It was actually the first live Grand Prix that I've missed since Mexico 2019, or I think, yeah. Yeah, no, I watched Mexico, and then, what, there was Brazil and Abu Dhabi afterwards, I'm pretty sure? Anyway. Oh, no, hang on, it was Mexico, USA. So, no, it was probably... No, it was USA. Okay, so the last one I missed was USA. But it seemed to be a very dramatic race, and seemed to show a bit of Max Verstappen's weaknesses from being a younger driver. I hope Verstappen does win it, because he's just been solid all year, but when it comes to dueling with Hamilton, he can't do it. In my opinion, they both can't do it. They're both got too much ego. As Hendo goes even quicker, half a tenth quicker to set a 1:46.5, good enough for P3. So wonderful lap there from Hendo. Excellent stuff. The Scot himself puts it up onto the second row of the grid. So excellent stuff there. Second row lockout for AlphaTauri. As we've got Salty setting a purple second sector. Nearly loses the back end though. I swear, me praising these guys in these conditions is a commentator's curse, I swear. Anyway, I'm going to go on board with RNG Salty and see what he can do as I'm a Bird. I think has front wing damage. He's way off into the runoff. So hopefully no one crashes into him, because you never know in these conditions. It's a shame you can't take the IndyCar line through there either, because in these conditions that'd be much appreciated. This McNeil's I just saw down below. Salty spins and destroys that car. He was on course for a wonderful lap there, and just lost it in the final corner. So that's massively unfortunate there for him. But he might be starting 6th. I'm not sure if that means he's at the back of the grid now. As Edmo sets an even faster time, he goes into the 1:45s. And SFR Piastri, well, he's improving. But Itsy Boy here managed to improve up to P3 and knock Bremer out of the second row. So that's a mighty lap there from Itsy Boy here to catch up to JDM, to catch up so close too. As JDM is on I'm not sure if he's on a proper lap or not, but going by his ERS, not really. Sector 1 and Sector 2 both have yellow flags for various reasons. We've got we've got Alpine that's spun. Edmo is being very cautious to not hit Goffey there, and Goffey likewise is maintaining caution. got an AlphaTauri and the Red Bull going into the pit lane. The next cars to come through are two Mercedes-Benz. So SFR Piastri is the next to cross the line. I gotta say, I'm gutted that Oscar Piastri doesn't get a drive next season. He will in 2023, I reckon. I reckon he absolutely will, but he's a Leclerc tier talent. I'm gutted that he hasn't been able to get an F1 seat. Piastri, though, sets a 146.8 and stays in P6, interestingly enough. Mad Dog does improve, but I think only stays in P10. There is a sizable gap, though, between him and 11th place. But there's no Q2 and there's no Q3, so you got to make sure you set your best laps in the 4 minutes and 40 seconds that we have left. It's already gone by that quickly, eh? Got McNeil's out for another lap. Got more yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. It's an Aston Martin. It's your boy here. Probably out of fuel is my guess. There is an AlphaTauri not far behind him. He's on an out lap. Don't think it's ideal to go on a fresh set of inters at this point, if you personally ask me. Piastri validates. He was 2/10 up. That's mighty disappointing, because he was looking to improve there, but sadly invalidated for one reason or another. Didn't see the reason, but it says there on the minimap, it says red. Is he going to get out of the way for his teammate? What's going on there? He does. But it's a boy here. Is he diving into the pit lane? He does dive in the pit lane. He's got to be super careful there, because it's a very misleading pit lane there. If you go too quickly, you could run a bit wide and slam straight into the wall, as I did in F1 2019 once. That was fun. Made sure I go in there super slow ever since that. So we've got the two Mercedes-Benz sandwiching a poor Alfa Romeo, the singular Alfa Romeo of Dr. JDM, who is only marginally slower in Sector 2. And frankly, that's the part of the track that matters the least. What matters is that he doesn't get blocked by Mad Dog, and I believe he nearly did, actually. Oh, hard to say if he got blocked by Mad Dog there, but that didn't look too good on my end. JDM is lagging a lot, though, so it's difficult to determine. Yeah, he stopped. So, what happened to Piastri? Did Piastri just run completely off? I think Piastri did run completely off. That looks a little dodgy on my end, but Piastri did indeed run off. Got a Alpine crossing the start-finish line. Or is it not an Alpine? It's a Williams. This ain't no kid. It improves by 1.8 seconds, but stays at the bottom of the grid. So we have a Red Bull improving. McNeil's sets a 147.8. So that's a mighty improvement there from McNeil's. All the way into the top 10. A belt just at the solitary position of 10th, and he spins out wildly in turn 1 to celebrate. Good lap from him, though. That was a quality lap there to improve by that much this late. Possibly on a fresh set too. Have a quick look, actually. Yes, I'd say so. Fresher than everyone else around him. Well, not quite, but you know, it's comparatively fresh compared to Mad Dog. So that's decent. That's a very decent lap there from him. So we've got Hendo improving by half a second there. Staying P4 though. It's just 2/10 behind its boy here in JDM. But no one's been able to touch Edmo for the United States qualifying session so far. He's coming back out. He wants to set an even bigger example of a lap. Wants to set an even more impressive benchmark than before. As Bremer goes second fastest with a 146.0, so that's another great lap there from Bremer. He's known for his fantastic racing and his great qualifying pace. And that's a good example of it today. Go all the way up to P2 there, out-qualifying Hendo by half a second. But Hendo is definitely responding. He's up a 1/10 and a half in the first sector. Nearly loses the rear end there. But this sector is the least important of all the corners, of all the parts on the track. It's just a straight line. It's just basically a straight line in some heavy braking zones. You know, it's easy to just be able to power out of there. Of course, you've got to precisely time it, but it's less important compared to the more technical first and third sectors on this track. We've got a minute to go now. Edmo will likely make it. We've got Greeny going up to 7th fastest there, upsurping Salty with a 146.8. So within Piastri's lap time there, within the same ballpark, but it's milliseconds between those two. So I believe Salty will start in P8 despite his crash. We have rain. Hey, what do you know? We have rain. It's been a weirdly cold summer, or it's actually, we've had really humid weather. We had a stinker of humidity in the last couple of, about a week ago now, I'd say. but it's been pretty cold since, honestly. It's been a bit weird. I'm on board with Urban Growth, who I suspect, judging by his ERS levels, is on a bit of a banker lap. I mean, difficult to say. His time's currently at 146.8. He looks likely to improve, but by how much, we don't quite know. How wide's he going to run? He sets a... No, he does improve, but only by a tenth. He's up in P12, but he just gets through in time. So that lap was good enough for him to improve, but he just gets past the time start-finish line there to start a lap. So now, first across the line to complete their lap, I believe will be Mad Dog. Nope, it will be Piastri. Piastri actually did complete, never mind, I was wrong. Mad Dog, judging by that, I'm not sure actually. I'm on board with JDM, it's a boy he's slowing down. JDM is definitely not on course to improve. I think at best he's going to get P4. He's going to keep his 4th place on the grid. 2nd row, important position to have. Hardwidge retires from the session. He's qualified 9th. Greeny crosses the line. He's just marginally slower there. Just ever so slightly. Couldn't have put it any closer if he tried. That was a decent back-to-back lap there. As Goffey remains in P15. Ain't no kid. Retires from session, having only qualified P16. Still ahead of Kirko, though, who starts on the back row of the grid. A stroke race improves to P12, gaining 0.6 of a second there. So that was a decent effort from him there. Puts him closer to the top 10. Don't know if anyone's looking likely to improve. Doesn't look like anyone's... I'm barring Edmo, who looks very likely to improve, although... oh, no, he's not going to improve. Oh, he does improve! I was so wrong! Nearly 0.3 of a second. Set a 1:45.4, so Edmo, in a dominant display, sets pole to the Div 3 Rapid Racing League race, sprint race, I'll call it, at Austin, Texas. So we have Urban Growth improved to P9, so that was a good effort there to scrape together 2 fast laps there from Urban Growth. Good enough for him to be in the top 10. So we'll go through the order once all this is said and done, and of course we will await the countdown, as it is still raining outside. So here's the standings as they are. So Edmo on pole position, about 5.5 tenths back, is Bremer and his teammate Hendo in the AlphaTauri. So good job there from the AlphaTauri duo to get up into 2nd and 3rd. JDM is in 4th in the Alfa Romeo. 5th is It's Your Boy here. 6th is SFR Piastri, Greeny, Salty, Urban Growth, and Harwich. Those are your top 10. Further down the field, you've got McNeil's, Mad Dog, Stroker Race, I'm a Bird, Goffey, Ain't No Kid, Kirko, and Flunky. So they've all set, except for Flunky, who's Div 2, they've all set at least 2 timed laps. It's all looking pretty close, particularly in the top 10. It's actually quite close, actually, or they're within 2 seconds. And in wet weather, it's very hard to be able to stay very close to each other because your setups are so much more important than they are in the dry. Obviously, you can get little bits right and you can be super close, but it's different lines and different philosophies for driving that really change. Actually, sorry, not change, but really separate a good qualifying lap from a great qualifying lap in the wet. I'm going to turn on a light because it's very dark here. It's 8:46 in the evening in Australia. At least in the southeast coast it is, where I live in Victoria. Of course, we have daylight savings. We observe daylight savings, so there's different time zones across the country. And our country is not a small one. No, if you've seen an atlas, no, you can... it's friggin' massive. We don't have a lot of people here, and it's massive. So with just 10 seconds to go till the first of 2 races tonight goes underway, who do you think is going to be at the podium order? We've got a McLaren and 2 AlphaTauris in the podium places as they stand on this grid order. We'll have to see. It's likely going to be a one-stopper barring any safety cars or incidents. As we're waiting on JDM to load up. Hopefully he hasn't bugged out the lobby. He has not bugged out the lobby. We've got a one-stop strategy. Of course, AWS gets everything wrong. And of course, it was down recently, but 5 lights and they're gone. So he gets the better start heading uphill into turn 1. Looks like the AlphaTauris hold their line quite nicely, but Edmo solidifies his lead and keeps it going into turn 1. But we've got Bremer getting ahead. Oh, and Hendo is spun! Don't know who Hendo got spun by, but It's Your Boy here climbs up into 2nd place, and Hendo tumbles down the order into P17 as a result of that incident. We've got Mad Dog who's tumbled down the order as well, actually. So that's a very unfortunate start there from both Mad Dog and Rapid Hendo. No safety cars have been called yet, so no damage as a result. So we've got cars side by side going through the S's. Oh, and there's another spinner further back. It's McNeil's. So McNeil's got spun, so it's a disastrous start for a couple of cars in the field. But Flunky's gained 7 positions since he started, so Flunky's had an absolute barnstormer of a start. In that, he's driving the Williams. Yeah, of course, in different shades of blue. It's hard to tell. So we've got a variety of cars on medium and soft tyres. Of course, they're going to be doing the switcheroo. The cars that start on the soft tyres are going to be going straight to the mediums and vice versa. So we've got Edmo leading by 2.5 seconds to It's Your Boy here. Bremer. Greeny dives down the inside on JDM and makes a magnificent pass, but JDM brakes very late and makes his presence known on the track. Doesn't want to give up that place just yet, but Greeny is saying no to that. He wants to take that place back and forth, and they're side by side going through this wide right-hander. Wow. Oh, and JDM spun. That's mighty unfortunate. He's going to hit the wall there. He is going to hit the wall. Very close racing. I suspect the shorter format's brought out a bit more aggression in everyone because there's less laps to be able to make up a difference. You got to be able to, make up the differences on your tyre advantages earlier on. As we see Stroker Race getting ahead of RNG Salty in a wonderful clean move between the two Ferraris. Flunky isn't far behind him. Will Flunky dive down the inside? No, he had a look, but he isn't going to quite do it. There's some contact, nearly some contact between the two Ferraris. As we've got no damage reported between all these cars. They're still out on track, which is nice to see, so no damage there to report. As for some reason the leaderboard has completely glitched out on my end. So this is a unique bug. Don't know why it's doing that. Edmo apparently just set the fastest lap. He's currently going through the back straight. It's currently gone back to normal. Let's just make sure this is all correct. Yeah, this is looking all correct so far. So Hardwidge has also made a nice improvement as well, as has Urban Growth. He started P9, he's now up to P7. And Flunky and Salty nearly exchanged places for a brief moment there, but then they swapped them back as Mad Dog spins. Might have been contact from Rapid Hendo there. Started P3, down in P14 after a spin as Kirko goes alongside and makes a double pass past McNeil's and Mad Dog. Okay, so maybe McNeil's was involved in that with Mad Dog there. Hard to say. We're seeing a lot of passing there as Kirko backs right off and lets them past. As what on earth is going on? Just need to double check. That gap is massive between Edmo and It's Your Boy here. I'm not sure what's going on there, but this interval timing is not correct. DRS has been enabled. Is this PS or P? No, this is Xbox, mate. This is neither PlayStation or PC. So yeah, we're an Xbox league. So if you're on those platforms and you don't have an Xbox, that's sorry to report, but yeah, it is what it is. We had Hendo get a penalty. I'm not sure what for. As he goes alongside Ain't No Kid going into turn 1 and makes a wonderful dive. It's a shame these cameras don't get to show us to full extent, but he isn't quite able to seal the pass. And he's stuck behind Ain't No Kid for these S's. We've got yellow flags in sector 2 and 3 as we've got McNeil's pitting. So does he have front wing damage? We're going to go have a quick look. Yes, he does have front wing damage. So the number 50 Red Bull is swapping to mediums and is going to do the remaining 11 laps. As Greeny and Bremer swap places going down. Back onto the back straight, but that's a bad place to make changes because Bremer will have DRS as Greeny commands an 8.7 second lead. Sorry, Edmo commands an 8.7 second lead. It's shrinking though. Edmo seemingly easing off a bit. As Hardwidge gets ahead of Piastri in a wonderful move into the braking zone. Seals the deal and speeds off into the distance. Keeping a nice gap behind Piastri. Keeping ahead of Piastri. Apologies. Hendo finally gets ahead of Ain't No Kid, but they're side by side. Oh, and there's nearly contact there. Hendo stays ahead of Kid. Gains P12 back. And we've got the Ferrari and Aston Martin of Stroke Race and It's Your Boy here. Very close. Wheel-to-wheel combat, I'd say. Ease off a bit going into there. Oh, and there's nearly contact. Oh, I think there was more contact too. Salty ended up losing places, as did It's Your Boy here, with Flunky looking very, very racy today. It's gained P8, and It's Your Boy here dives into the pit lane. So Flunky's up into P8 now. Wonderful stuff there from Flunky to gain this many positions. He's taken full advantage of the race tyre and keeping out of trouble to gain as many places as he has. He's done wonderful. Yes, and It's Your Boy here does have front wing replacement. So it's very unfortunate. It doesn't actually show up properly because it's F1 2021. Of course, it's not going to show up properly. please. McNeils is currently last of all the runners. Currently going through the Sector 3 timing bit there. Edmo commands a 9-second lead over Greenie in P2. Got a yellow flag in Sector 2. Oh, and Piastri has spun. Not sure what happened there. Was it contact between him and Urban Growth or stroke a race? I don't quite know what happened. Unfortunately, Piastri is now down in P10th, whereas Hendo's he's got himself back into the points places just 4 laps after he lost his P3 placement. As Bird gets ahead of Piastri in a quite a risky dive, if I say so myself. That was quite a bit wheel to wheel there. Might have been a bit of contact actually. So we've got a yellow flag. So I'm not sure what's going on there, honestly. But Edmo's 9-second lead has been dominant so far. He dominated in qualifying. He's dominating in the race as it stands. As the two Ferraris are side by side. Kind of got shades of Saudi Arabia there, the two Ferraris fighting. Although Salty spins. Lucky to keep that car in one piece. No damage whatsoever other than maybe some more worn than normal tyres. But he's lost a big chunk of places as a result of that. And Ain't No Kid is up into P12. Got Goffey gaining positions from that too. So Salty's lost a lot of positions from all that. We've got a yellow flag once again. Oh, and that Ferrari nearly loses it for good measure. Those hot tyres not proving to be an easy ride for him there. So he's got DRS and Goffey once again. So once more, your leaders are Edmo, currently commanding apparently now a 10-second lead. This timing board has no idea what it wants to do. But it's within 9 to 10 seconds for lead. Behind him is Greenie, Bremer, Hardwidge, Urban Growth, Flunky, Stroker Race, Hendo, JDM, and Piastri. So those are your top 10. Those are your drivers. Those are your racers, I should say, who are going to gain points from this sprint race. We're on lap 5 of 14. And my god, that is an impressive performance from Edmo to just be so far ahead of everyone else at this point. He's taking full advantage of the chaos behind him as Piastri has gained a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Further down the field, the closest right now is Flunky. Flunky's not close enough to be in the DRS range there. Well, I mean, he is, but he isn't apparently. He hasn't got his DRS open. A bit weird. Just F1 2021 things here. Close battles further back and forth. Piastri and Bird. Pretty close, but not close enough to initiate any sort of overtaking. Salty isn't far behind either. So a couple of little battle packs emerging, but not a lot. Not a lot of battles at this stage in the race. Soft tyre runners will want to consider pitting at some point in the next lap or two to be able to keep their advantage. As the highest placed medium runner is Bremer, up in P3. As Bird gets ahead of Piastri, and what looked like a decent move off camera, but I didn't focus on that because I was focusing on who was the first medium runner. But Piastri with DRS, although he has a much worse exit than Bird, but Hendo pits. Hendo is actually pitting early. He's actually kind of pitting about right on time, I'd say. He's taken full advantage of the roadblocks that have, he's taken full advantage of the roadblocks that have gotten ahead of him. He's managed to swerve around them. He's now down in P15, but I could say it could be worse. Will Kirko overtake him? No, Kirko will not overtake him. He's still running on the soft tyre, as is McNeil's and Itsy Boy here. They're wanting to go to the long run. You can do nearly the whole race in 25% on these tyres. So Edmo is now nearly 12 seconds in front of Greenie. So Edmo's pace is absolutely dominant. I don't know what happened there to Kirko for him to get a penalty there, but anyway. Got Salty with DRS on Goffey. It's what we're likely going to see here as an overtake or two. Difficult to say, but these are the closest people on track right now, heading down this back straight, this very long and fascinating back straight. It's just a wind tunnel basically. There's a lot of DRS, a lot of people trying to chase each other. A big deep braking zone. So McNeil's retires from session, but it's a big deep braking session. Sector, sorry, not session. Section of the track that encourages the bold to get ahead, basically. Kind of only 14 laps. Yeah, only 14 laps because we're doing 2 races tonight. Because we're trying to go through the rest of the calendar before Christmas. Because we don't want people, unlike the EPL, to play on Christmas Day. As Salty on the medium tyre goes into the pits, along with Flunky, Urban Growth. That's it so far. Interesting developments there. So some people are choosing to go in a bit shorter than others on the same compound. So interesting sort of strategies going on here. I mean, that shouldn't be ignored because there's still interesting strategy to be had even in these 25% races. And I feel like there should be these done on the regular, because these are fun. These are just fun, quick, short burst races that don't take an hour to get the whole setup done and dusted. You know, you're done and dusted with 2 races in an hour. Easy. So I think that's probably what should be done. As Edmo's for some reason in dead last, he's actually not. The timing board's glitched. He's clearly ahead of the Haas. It says Greeny's in front. Gotta love it when a game can't even count correctly. This game's incredible. You jump into race 2. Are you in the thing? I mean, I don't pay much attention to the Discord, so I'm a little bit lost when it comes to Discord, as Edmo pits, apparently from P17, but we actually know he's in the lead of the race. I'm not sure what's going on there. The game's being stupid, unfortunately. That happens regularly. You can see if Greeny pops into the pits. Greeny does not opt to go into the pit lane and opts to go for an 8th tour of the circuit, as does Bremer. Got Harwich also doing the same thing in P4. Strecker Ace up to P5. That's a mighty first stint there from him. P12 and Lagridi's up to P4, and now he rests those soft compound tyres and goes on to a pair of mediums. Plenty more cars pitting. Got Stroke Race, as I said before. So got JDM and Bird both pitting. So 3 Ferrari-powered cars in the pit lane. Yeah, I was going to say, minus 58 seconds. Righto. Wonderful stuff there. Apparently he set 3 minutes 17 in Sector 2. So yeah, this game's a bit bugged still. That is incredible. It's still a buggy piece of junk this late in its cycle, as JDM and Itzy Boy here exchange places. These two were rather high up in the grid, but now they're pretty far back down as a result of their pit stops and incidents. But Itzy Boy here is much closer behind JDM. But he'll have to dive late if he wants to get past JDM. He's going to look at the outside, which is unusual. He's going to dive down the inside. They're almost wheel to wheel, but there's no contact between those two. So that was a bit of a respectful battling there between those two. So we've got Greeny and Hardwich finally pitting, so that leaves Bremer out in P2. Well, it says P1, but again, Edmo is... Oh, he's ghosted now. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm going to check Discord, just in case, because you never know what kind of shitfuckery is going on. I mean, Edmo is still in P1. We don't know how much by, unless I change this up and it shows. No. But we know for a fact that Edmo is still leading this. But Bremer is in an impressive P2. Greeny pretty far behind him, actually. That's interesting. Wait, did Edmo... Oh! Well, I've now got no idea what's going on anymore, but I think Bremer is actually genuinely in the lead going by this. Hard to say, actually. Very hard to say, because this timing thing is just cocked. Side by side. Bit of contact, apparently. Although Edmo's ghosted, so I don't know what's going on there. I have absolutely no idea what's going on. But we are witnessing some good racing in these question marks of places. I don't know if Bremer has the lead or not, but I say this game can't count properly. Didn't even pass year 1 maths, apparently. That's mighty impressive, if you ask me. Got Greeny comfortably sitting in P3. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2. It appears to be someone very far down the grid. We've got an Alpine spinning. It is Goffey. Ain't no kid. Oh, sorry for the burp. Goffey, ain't no kid, gains a place from Goffey's loss there. As Bird now has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. If you didn't know what that meant already, that's basically he's ran the track way too much. As you can see, he's probably ran it a bit too much there and has likely gained a warning as a result of that. As Bremer now pits, or did he? He might have. I reckon he did pit, actually. Let's go check how old those tyres are. Oh. Yeah, those tyres are brand new. So yeah, he's He's out there on a fresh set of softs and comes back out in P4. Apparently Edmo is just completely off the charts. Apparently he's 2 laps down. Apparently his time sectors aren't showing properly. So I have absolutely no idea what's going on with him. So unfortunately that's ruined this part of this race. But we've got a spinner. It is I'm a Bird, who has spun. Can't see his car from that camera angle, but he's going to have to spin back around without getting in anyone's way. He has appeared to have not damaged his car whatsoever, so that's an impressive effort there. And he spun again for good measure, unfortunately. It's just has things. It's not him, it's the car. Trust me, the way Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin handle that car, it's yikes. So unfortunately, he's lost a lot of places there as a result of that. As Salty and Piastri change places, it looks like Salty has wing damage. Difficult to say, and this camera angle sure as hell ain't helping. I would very much appreciate it if these camera angles were more better adjusted for that, as I'm a Bird spins again, so those soft tyres at obscene temperatures proving too much for him, unfortunately, as Piastri gets ahead of Salty, apparently. I saw he did just before. But Salty also gets ahead of Strecker Race, with Mad Dog side by side with him. 2 different compounds here. They're very close. They're wheel-to-wheel combat between those two. But Strecker Race managed to hold his ground and keep P11 as a result. With Greeny and Bremer switching places. I'll get back there. It's been a rough week. I've lost my commentary jig, apparently. This will be very interesting. Very interesting with 3 laps to go. I believe we have Edmo in the lead. The game's not really telling me otherwise. But I believe we do have indeed Edmo in the lead. Doesn't say that there either. There's nothing to really indicate that something's gone wrong there, but anyway. It's Greeny is now catching up. Hang on, is that I'm a Bird? That's I'm a Bird with no front wing, my bad. I thought that was Greeny. I'm a Bird and Greeny are both in the Haas, so it's understandable to get that mixed up. So we're on board with Funky now, who has DRS on Greeny for the battle for P3. At least I think it is a battle for P3, battle for a podium place. Does he dive down the inside? He does dive down the inside. Wonderful pass there and wonderful space given between those two. They don't have any contact whatsoever. Greeny knows when to ease off and come back later on, and Flunky sends it down the inside in a rather brilliant move, if I say so myself. So Flunky is now in the podium places. Excellent stuff there. Got Urban Growth comfortably sitting in P5 in a wonderful performance from him once again. Starting P9 up to P4. Hardwidge is 2 seconds down from him. Hendo has climbed back up to recover quite nicely to be in P7 at this point in the race. He pitted a bit earlier than everyone else, but he's gained a lot there as Bremer sits the fastest lap. 1:34.3 in the soft tyre compound. Those fresh softs really proving just how strong they are this late in the race. You pit later on, you reap the rewards with insane pace, it seems. Urban Growth now has a penalty. Don't know when he got that. We'll be keeping an eye on this pack for the rest of the race, to be honest, because it's looking pretty close. All the points positions could be up for, all of them are up for play for various different positions given the penalties. We're not sure what the extent of the penalties are, but we'll keep an eye on and see what's going on. Because as it stands, there's not much close racing going on right now. Everyone's just managing their tyres. Not every lap and every corner has to be action-packed, that's fine. It just sucks when this game can't count, because apparently Edmo's 2 laps down in P17, when I swear he was leading for the whole race. And he might still be indeed. He's been ghosting out though. We have a spinner, it is Goffey. Down in P15, Goffey seems to have gone very wide off track. I'm a Bird being lapped. On board with Flunky, oh sorry, not Flunky, Bremer, who I believe is in P2. Thank you for the thanks for the comms and the positivity for the comms there, Pajalo. I'm a bit rough. I do apologise. I don't know what the deleted message was though. I'd love to know, to be honest. But yeah, so is Edmo dead last now, or? I mean, it looks like he's on this end, but like I don't know what he's done to lose all that. But if that's the case, and he is genuinely in P17, that means Bremer is in the lead and has had a really wonderful race so far. I'm just not sure, like, yeah, what was the point where he, like, was comfortably leading and then just straight up disconnected? Like, I've got no idea. So I'm very confused. Oh, it was a bot, right. I love it when Twitch bots try to dislodge a chat. So we're on board for the 13th tour, so we've got 1 lap to go after this. Next lap's final lap with Bremer in the lead, Flunky in P2, Greeny in P3 as it stands. So excellent stuff there from the top three there to gain the positions that they have. We've got a yellow flag further back down the field. I'm not sure what happened there actually. Nothing to indicate any accident. Might have been I'm a Bird in ghosted mode or something? I don't know. Got Hardwidge and Urban Growth pretty close to each other. There's a long straight here with a very long DRS range. Urban Growth goes over to the left side to prevent Hardwidge from gaining any advantage from that DRS. Smart move there if I say so myself. But further back of field, we don't have much battling going on. Oh, and Piastri nearly loses the rear there. That was me in my team career mode around Portugal. Qualified P9 and finished P19 because apparently a two-stop strategy around Portugal is not the way to go. Top tip there from me. I'm not good at strategy, but don't do a two-stopper at Portugal if you can avoid it. If not, have your tyres go for as long as possible. I could be wrong even then, but I don't know. Flunky Pits. Oh yes, he's Div 2, so he has to retire from session. As we start... Sorry, I'm eating. The final lap of this race with Bremer having a commanding lead at this point, but Hardwidge and Urban Growth change positions. Oh, Urban Growth nearly does a bit of a Verstappen there. Nearly bumps Hardwidge for effort. But there it is. Close battle between these two as it stands. We're going to see there's still one more DRS zone. Actually, technically two more DRS zones. No, one. I forgot the track layout. How many penalties... How many penalties does Bremer have? Oh, I don't know how many penalties. We are not allowed to. I'm not going to spoil it preemptively. But I have a suspicion that it could be enough. It wouldn't be enough for him to lose this victory. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. It is... Someone who's retired from session. Oh no, it's Flunky's AI. He's got back out on track and has just decided to just park his car on the side of the track. Yeah, adds to the excitement. Yeah, you don't know. You know, there's some you can blatantly see, and others you can't. And the point is we don't show them because then it just kind of goes, oh, so what's the point of fighting for these positions? You know, there's an entertainment value to that. So we're on board with Bremer for the final corner of this race, and Bremer crosses the start-finish line to win this race. First race tonight. Excellent work there from Bremer. We're going to see, though, if his penalties are significant enough to give Greeny the win. We don't know yet, but we're going to have a quick look. It wasn't quite enough. There was only 3 seconds of penalties in the end there. We're going to see, will Hardwidge stay ahead of Urban Growth for P3? Yes, he does. Just. So there's your podium lineup, people. Bremer, Greeny, and Hardwidge are your top 3. For the first race tonight. So it's good racing from all of them. Seeing some people fall way down the places here. JDM up to P5 now. And I think it's a boy who had a lot of penalties actually. Stroke race is ghosted. He's the last points playing driver there. Excellent stuff there though from Bremer. We won't do podium interviews tonight. Cause, I mean, I don't know if the guys did, but I probably won't just because. Sorry, it's probably going to crap on me. Bremer is quick. Bremer is absolutely quick. I'll give him credit for that. He's mighty quick. He's improved a lot in the time that I've been commentating. A lot of drivers here too have, to be fair. A lot of these drivers have definitely shown they're worthy of going into Div 2. And I don't see that as a bad thing. You know, it's not going to be a punishment for them because Div 2 and Div 3, the peaks of Div 2 and Div 3 are too dissimilar from each other. Sort of like the peaks of Div 2 aren't too dissimilar from Div 1. A lot of guys who are far ahead of, or quite a bit ahead of everyone else in Div 2 get shot straight up into Div 1. So, yeah, Flunky, you're quick, mate. I saw what you did at Singapore, mate. So that rounds that up. Edmo is 6 laps down, apparently. I don't know what happened there for him to be 6 laps down, but anyway. Strange times. We're going to wait for the 1 minute time thing to pass over, and if it's still going on, then we might have to restart the lobby after all. Unless Michael Massey's given an exemption or something. Yeah, that was a weird race, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Like, again, I didn't watch it, and as I had previously stated, it's the first race that I missed since USA 2019. But, Yeah, it was weird from what I saw. Kind of glad I didn't watch it. I mean, I was gonna watch it, but the day before, I got very drunk, and usually I'd have the endurance to stay up, not snooze off, and to be like, oh, okay, I'm really tired, but I'm gonna watch this F1 race, and then they'll wake me up a little bit. But 30 minutes before the race started, I just fell asleep. Woke up and it was 5:30, which means I could have watched a little bit of the race at 5:30 down here, but I thought, nah. Yeah, I've just done a screenshot, mate, no problem. Apparently McNeil's is back from the dead, apparently. He's still so... Nice. So I'm guessing the grid order's the same for this next race, whatever it is, it's reverse top 10 or something. Pushing him along for solidarity. There you go. Hello, F1? Hello? Yeah, you see, I don't know, I think it is, but... I don't know why I've been told to save the results unless it's for, like... Obviously, for, for our scorekeeping, that's my guess. But McNeil's has pulled a Sergio Perez at the Spa, and has come back. Too late for the race, though, but he's come back. Also, Flunky, for the record, it was indeed short quali in Sorry, Ed Murray, it says what it says on here, mate. Not sure what the results are going to be, but I know you were dominating that, but you've completely disconnected on our end, and as a result... I don't know, mate. That's not up to me to decide, JDM. Do we leave? Yes, you guys do leave. We are going to leave this. I've screenshotted the results. We're going to leave this and we're going to start another lobby because this game is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. No problems whatsoever. Unfortunately, we don't even know who got driver there because the lobby lagged out completely. So, I'm going to set up another lobby. I do have the thing set up, so remember to join off me. Doesn't matter if the game's fixed itself, just rejoin on us, rejoin on me. Gotta go down to Mexico. And save load settings, obviously League Sprint as I call it. Cool. Easy stuff. So yeah, literally, like, again, game glitched out on my end. I can't decide. But yeah. So yeah, thank you, Cody's. Game can't count apparently. I mean, again, we saw it earlier this stream. Edmo had an absolutely dominant performance. But at some random point, I think midpoint in the race, his internet did that. Or the game completely forgot basic math. So, I got no idea. I don't know what's going on. But regardless of that, we are on to Mexico to complete the second race tonight. Second race of tonight's broadcast. Hope you all enjoyed the first race despite the weird outcome given technical difficulties. But it isn't a F1 League race if it's not got some sort of technical difficulty, I'd say, at this point. Penalties galore on this track. Yeah, Sector 2, absolutely, but not Sector 1. Actually, no, you're right. Actually, Sector 1's a little bit dodgy. Particularly that back straight. Morning, Vorno. Hope you're doing well. So, yeah, this game's need more beer. Nah, I don't drink a lot. I mean, I only drink with friends when I really want to. But last night, not last night, like 3 or 4 nights ago, it was like speedrunning a party. Party was great, and then just beyond a certain point, it just went in a flash, and it's just like, oh shit, are these what party's gonna be like from now on? Is that another thing that I've lost in life that was good to me? Anyway, let's not get too dark on here. Kind of my brand lately. So I've got perks on board for Mexico, so that means we're going to have 2 McLarens for Mexico. Unfortunately for Edmo, the rules are rules. I know that happened. A similar thing happened to Rapid Noodles, actually, where he had finished P3 on his end, but his lobby had disconnected. He had disconnected from the main lobby in a similar fashion, and on his end crossed P3, but actually crossed P7 in the actual race. I remember that happening a couple of weeks back. That might have been for, no, Japan was only about a week ago, so I don't think it was Japan. I can't believe that I missed covering Japan as well. Like, Japan's one of my favourite tracks in this game. And I missed it for a goddamn party. So that was something. So, it is what it is, I guess. So I guess once it hits about 9:25, we ready up for this radio once again, because I'm pretty sure we are missing a few people. Morning, gents. Or gent. Yeah, no, it's just me tonight. It's just me tonight. Yeah. Let's check the Discord. I'm seeing a lot of rainbow and trans pride flags. That's good. That's a wonderful thing to celebrate. If you're transphobic or homophobic, you can kindly fuck off. But anyway. TBF, the car without a front wing does look like a dick. Flunky, can I just remind you, I know you're talking to Discord and I'm snooping on the Discord, but you have seen the 2014 F1 cars, right? You've seen the Caterham CT05, and you have seen the Toro Rosso, was it STR11, I think it was. Now let me double check that, Toro Rosso STR11, let's see if I got that right. I'm be very impressed with myself if I did. Toro Rosso, I nearly wrote Toto Rosso, so I guess Toto Wolff would have just come barging through my door and would have beaten me up. No, the STR11 was actually the 2011 car, so it was the STR09. That's interesting. Yes, Vamos, yes, Hendo had a wonderful race, if I say so myself. Had as much as he had trouble at lap 1, he managed to claw back some very decent points, get P6 in the end. At least from what I saw. Let me actually double check the Discord image. Yeah, it is bullshit, but unfortunately it is what it is. Sometimes people will just disconnect from the lobbies of these games. And sometimes people's internets are really finicky. That's just how it is, unfortunately. Trust me, yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we didn't even get a driver of the day. I mean, at least I didn't get to on my end. But yeah, no, Hendo got P6. Sorry, I thought he got P5. Or maybe I did say P6 enough. I'm already forgetting things. But yeah. Okay, so someone's just left the lobby. Yeah, why aren't you guys readying up? I'm pretty sure someone did just leave though. So we got to make sure everyone's in. I was gonna say, and Hendo's playing from Scotland, and this is predominantly an Australian thing. So, anyway. Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, for some of us, yeah. It's like, again, there's a different philosophy between 50 and 25% that I think a lot of people have missed, actually. Because I remember, obviously, I'll repeat the story, but like in 2019, I was obviously pretty quick. And often got podiums. And then once we moved to the 50% format, it became more strategy reliant. And in 2020, my best finish was like 2 fourth places. So, I was Nico Hulkenberg that season. So everyone's in, let's ready up, let's get Mexico rolling, let's get this fiesta rolling, vamos, vamos, vamos. Forza Horizon 5 has been a bit of a buggy shit show lately. And I say that, and that's relevant because it's based in Mexico. And the map's wonderful, but some recent updates managed to make the game really glitchy. Especially for Series console owners, which is unfortunate because I have an Xbox Series X. So as a result, yeah, I haven't been able to play as much. But I've been playing Forza Horizon 4 lately, and I've been grinding out the eliminated achievements in that, and managed to win with the starter car. Apparently that's a really rare achievement, so I was kind of happy about that. I got mentioned. Yes. It's the Discord. Alright, 50 seconds till we start the second and final short qualifying session of tonight. Hope you've been enjoying this, everyone. Remember, we are sponsored by Sully's. Sully's make wonderful shirts. Check them out. I don't know what their website is. Vorno is knowledgeable of both the brand slogan and where to buy their stuff. So if you check the Twitch chat, I'm sure he'll post something about that. I'm sorry to leave that on you, Vorno, but I'm only here once a week now, because I don't do Div 1 anymore. I'm very, very disconnected from things. Actually, very disconnected from a lot of things in life. But anyway, that's not relevant. Does JDM lag every race? I have noticed he does lag a bit. Sometimes, some races he's better than others, as we're stuck on the 0 thing, but there we go, now it's back to normal. Yeah, he does lag a bit. That quite a few people here do. But it is what it is, because again, when we are talking about Australia, and Australia isn't necessarily a country known for its particularly decent internet, particularly if you don't live in a city, in an urban city centre. So, for example, I live about an hour's drive south of Melbourne. I'm not going to say which direction. You can make that up yourself. There are 2 peninsulas each side of Melbourne. You can just fantasize if I live one or the other. Anyway, I don't know if you want to fantasize that. But anyway, and our internet's pretty good down here. But further down, it's very remote bush sort of thing, very private sort of thing. And the internet is rubbish. But the internet there now was what our internet was like 5 years ago. So, you're not dressed until you're wearing a Sully's. Thank you, Vorno, for repeating that. So yes, we are sponsored by Sully's t-shirts. You're not dressed until you're wearing a Sully's. High quality shirts. Check them out at www.sullysshirts.com. Thank you once again, Vorno, for posting the appropriate information in the chat. You can check them out there in the Twitch chat. We're on board with I'm a Bird. It's the first car out on this wonderful circuit. Absolutely love this track personally. Barring Sector 2, which can be a bit of a mixed bag, but I don't know, I just love driving through here in these games. It's such a fun little track. And again, the atmosphere, even in this game, like the massive amounts of crowds, And watching the race live, it's always got this massive party atmosphere. It actually reminds me a lot of the Australian Grand Prix, but a better track, if I'm going to be completely honest. It's definitely a better track than Australia. And that's why I just love it so much, because it's, again, better track, better crowds. And of course, the Mexicans love to rally behind Perez, and Perez is one of my favourite drivers, so... I like Ricciardo too, don't get me wrong, but always had a soft spot for Perez. I remember when I was just getting out of interest in Formula 1, I remember, like, I stopped really paying attention after the 2012 season. I wasn't able to watch any of them live because I was like 12 or 13 back then and didn't want to stay up that late when I was at school, but I remember Perez making headlines in the Sauber back then, and I was really impressed because I was really happy to see a Mexican driver back on the grid. I was really happy to see him do so well too. Bird runs very wide. Does he invalidate? He does not invalidate. Excellent stuff there to avoid invalidation. We've got Edmo back on board with us. Welcome back, mate. We're going to go further up the field, further up the timing thing here. See what's going on. You'd think they'd change it based off who's like out on track, out in front. Like, so for example, first would be Bird, second would be one of the McLarens, Edmo. Salty sets purple first sector, so that's interesting. Very narrow window to gain on each other there in the first sector. It's all the time. Universally, all of it is made up in the second and third sectors. How you approach these corners and how you exit out of them is absolutely paramount to getting the best lap you can. And Salty runs very wide, but keeps it within track limits. I think I might have put the track limits on standard, if I'm going to be honest. Actually, given the brevity of penalties people got in America, I kind of doubt it. We've got a Red Bull in the walls. McNeil's retires from sessions. That's very unfortunate. They were going to go past him. I think he has damaged his car. Try and go on board with someone who's close to him. We've got a Mercedes-Benz. Edmo sets a 1:15.8 and Bird sets a 1:18.8. So Edmo 3 seconds quicker than Bird, and Salty sets a 1:17.9 after setting the purple first sector. So that's very interesting stuff there. So on board with the second Ferrari who sets a 1:19.3. Yeah, Hendo will. I reckon Hendo's got the chops to bang it into the top 5, probably even higher actually. Shown absolutely rapid pace. Anyway, yeah, he's quick. Although I believe, judging by this, he's taking it a bit slow. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe he has front wing damage, but he is stopped to generously let by JDM and likely someone else. Yes, Kirko. So he's generously stopped to let those two by. We're going to see JDM's timed lap. It's a 1:17.2, good enough for P2, but not in the 1:16 bracket to catch up within a second of Edmo. No one's been able to get within a second of him so far. I know only one time lap across most of the field's been set, but wow, that was an incredible statement there, that lap. Set a 1:15.8. On board with Bremo, who's setting a time lap on the medium tyre. He wants to go long on the stint. He's thinking of the race more than quali, because he wants to make sure that he's invalidated on turn 1, so that's very unfortunate. Fortunately, he's on the medium tyre, so he can go back out there again with no problems. I wouldn't worry about Hendo. Hendo likely had an error in Sector 2. He's gone up in Sector 1, so I reckon he had a bit of an error there, and it's just opted to ease off as a result. We're going to go on board with him, as we see Strecker Race cross the line there with a 1:18.1, as Salty leaves the session, likely due to technical issues. We're back on board with Hendo. Going to keep an eye on the rest of the timed laps. We're seeing a few cars going through the Sector 3 stadium section, as Hendo somehow invalidates. That looked the finest of margins to me there as Itzy Boy here gets out of the way. I don't know what Hendo did there to invalidate that lap, but apparently he invalidated. Yeah, I was going to say I have strict on, I think. But that's just Rapid Racing League etiquette. That's what we do. We have it on strict. Trust me, I was against it at first as well, and then I'm kind of still against it, depending on the track, if I'm going to be honest. But some tracks are better than others with the track limits. Some of them feel right, some of them just shit. See, Perks goes even quicker than Edmo, so the McLaren 1-2 is back, but with different drivers. Perks has made a return and has set the fastest lap so far in this qualifying session. So wonderful stuff there from Perks to usurp Edmo. Those two McLarens have been utterly dominant so far. JDM did improve on his lap time to set a 1:16.9. Nice. Also extra nice is that he set a 1:16.969, but Urban Growth set a 1:16.959 to go within 10 milliseconds ahead of JDM. Very close there between the second row of the grid as it stands. But I believe JDM is out on another hot lap. We're going to find out by Sector 2 timing zone. He's handling these corners wonderfully, but he's gone very wide. Kept it within limits though. We're going to have a quick look can see he is 1.4 seconds down, so I suspect he is not setting a timed lap. Greeny has switched cars, bizarrely, and is now in the Alfa Romeo. He was in the Haas last race, but I feel like he probably just wanted a change of livery. I know it's the same engine sound, so people are like, oh, why would you change car? But the liveries are nice. The Alfa Romeo livery in particular is quite a pleasant looking livery as we watch it dive into the pit lane. Beautiful. Mad Dog set a 1:18.1 with Bird setting a 1:18.8, Goffey setting a 1:19.2. Currently the slowest of the time set, but he is only P10, so he's got plenty of time to claw back any lost time to get himself back up there. In fact, we're going to go on board with him as soon as Sector 1 time is just fractionally slower. Don't think it matters too much. He's running very wide there. He's actually decided to speed up a lot. Somehow he was able to get away with that, actually. Bird collides with Flunky for some reason. I don't know what happened there. Fortunately, Flunky is a Div 2 driver, so it doesn't necessarily affect him, but I've got no idea what happened there. Stuck in reverse. I'm sure it's going to go back on board with Hendo. Make sure we can go back on board with one of the Alpines. Oh, we've got It's Your Boy. He's sitting a purple first sector. We have an car that's improved. Mad Dog, actually, he's just set a time lap of a 1:17.9 to put him into P6. It's a solid lap there from Mad Dog. Bromo has invalidated his lap time again. The technical race winner of last race, I don't want to say actual race, it's just because the circumstances of disconnecting of the pole sitter and race leader, so it's as much as Bremer's won, it's kind of like, oh shit, okay. Had the disconnect not happened, we would have seen Edmo win. Can't deny Edmo's incredibly quick. Just unfortunately, the Australian internet is his biggest enemy apparently. It is mine sometimes too. We've got Hardwidge 5th fastest with a 1:17.2, so it's a decent lap there from Hardwidge. Got an Aston Martin going further downfield. It's Your Boy, he was only set a time good enough for 9th, so it appears I'm seeing a bit of a pattern here. If you're fastest in Sector 1, you're not necessarily going to set a fast lap in Sectors 2 and 3. You put too much emphasis on speed, as Edmo goes even quicker and sets a 1:15.4. He's got to be Div 1. That's Div 1 pace, I'm pretty sure. Perks is pushing the cusp for Div 2 or Div 1 pace, but Edmo and his performances so far has shown that he should be in a higher division than where he is. He's rapid. He's very quick around these tracks, and he seems to know his way around them, and he knows track etiquette. He respects the drivers around him. Respects the players, I should say. Gotta have a little bit of evasion somewhere, surely. On board JDM. Hendo goes up into P4. I can't believe I didn't notice this stonking lap. But Hendo set a time good enough for P4 in the AlphaTauri, a 1:16.854. 2/10 down from Eben Groth's incredible lap. Paramount to the two McLarens, he set a very good lap. He set the benchmark, the gates. He's basically the gate to try and get closer to the McLarens, I'd say, at this point in time. Great lap there from Eben Groth once again. On board with JDM, who has improved in Sector 1 by fraction, as has Hardwidge, actually. Hardwidge has gone purple in the first sector. So that's very interesting. He's actually gone 3/10 up. So this might be very serious here. He might have nailed that first sector there, and he might finally be, if he nails that by that much, and keeps consistently through sectors 2 and 3, he's going to shoot himself up the order here, I'd say so. He's got to gain at least 4/10 of a second. He's actually invalidated. Bummer! He was 3/10 up in Sector 2. He's invalidated in that pesky Sector 2, which is notoriously difficult on track limits, and also, as I found out, actually incorrect. There was a video by a F1 YouTuber who highlighted how that part of the track's actually inaccurate. We've got Bremer who's spun his time good enough. His current set time is a 1:17.3 on the medium tyres, unless he's changed since. We're going to have a quick look now. He's on the medium tyres. But yeah. That part there is actually incorrect. It's actually wider than it is in the game. So, of course, arrogant codemasters. I want to say arrogant codemasters because that implies that they haven't got the time. They've been told to do yearly releases. They obviously can't go through these tracks and improve them the way they really should. Maybe they will with the next game, along with Abu Dhabi and Spain. As Greeny goes third fastest with a 1:16.525. Great lap there from Greeny to put him into P3. Now within a second of Perks in P2. As we see... Swore I saw someone else improve there. Saw a position change. It was Stroker Race. Good enough for P9 there. 1:17.735. Quality lap there. Let's put him into the top 10. On the cusp of that top 10 is Mad Dog. Mad Dog, sorry, is in the top 10, but on the cusp of that, just 10 milliseconds down, is Salty with a 1:17.931. Very close lap times between a few of these guys here actually tonight. Love seeing that sort of thing. Love seeing the close competition in qualifying. I feel like qualifying is more so of a flex than the racing is, because again, that's where you got to absolutely show the absolute maximum that your car can do. And when you've got that set up right, in both real Formula 1 and in this game, and it just clicks, and you see a good lap, you know you've absolutely hit the maximum from that car, and it all just comes together, and it shows why Formula 1 is the peak of engineering in aerospace, and burping apparently, and in motorsport in general. Because there's so much technicality and so much, brains behind the engineering of these cars. We like to joke that the Haas is a shitbox, paramount to the rest of the field in real life F1. But, even then, that Haas is so much quicker. It's so much quicker than an F2 car. As Piastri says, a time good enough for 1:16.5. I believe Piastri was formerly TES Signs. So if you're wondering who the hell he is and how is he suddenly so high up there, no, he's Signs. He's an established Div 3 driver. He's just opted to change his name based off a driver he probably likes named Carlos Signs, which I cannot fault him for at all. Aren't case symmetrical. Hey, what do you mean? What do you... Oh, SD invite me to chat, mate. Yeah, sure thing, Pajala. Sorry about that, mate. Boink. See that you sent me a message in the chat there. I wonder if something's gone wrong. I hope nothing's gone wrong. 2 retirements in this session with 4 minutes and 25 seconds to go are McNeils and Flunky. Of course, Flunky is a Div 2 driver and therefore can't qualify in a lower tier division for competitive reasons. Fair on the rest of the drivers. Welcome, Pajala.
Welcome,
Have I done anything wrong?
No, you've done everything okay,
you?
mate. I just want to clear up. I know there was a little bit of mucking up in the Discord and stuff like that, but just want to make it quite clear, guys, to everybody, particularly to Edmo. Look, I'm lucky you got disconnected, mate, but you got disconnected. The results stand as per the main lobby. Mate, you could have gone out and danced around on a stripper pole. We've got no clue what you're doing in your lobby, and therefore the results stand. As simple as that. I know it sucks, but it happened to Noodles in Silverstone, so that's the way it is.
I was going to say, it happened to Noodles, I wasn't sure which race it was.
Yeah, it was at Silverstone.
Yeah, thank you for clearing.
Yeah, and he looked like he was racing, but when we had it on the main stream, he was boasting. So it was as simple as that.
Yeah.
So he's.
I think I had that happen in Japan too, in 2020 actually.
Yep, absolutely. So that's the way it works. But anyway, we've got the second one going through. So
yep,
which is good. For some reason, have you got about 3 minutes left on your time clock? Is that right?
Yes, yeah, about 3 minutes. Yes, even less on there.
No, this is on the glitch here. I've got 14 minutes on mine.
Uh-huh.
So this is a glitch that's been happening. Apparently, if you join the lobby late, it actually gives you extra time.
Yeah.
So,
which is a pathetic bug, and you'd think they'd have fixed that by now.
And why would you think? Why would you think that I would actually do that when I'm a spectator?
Yeah, no, I've got no idea.
Yeah, Fanatical's joined. This should be fun.
Yeah, he's been banned, hasn't he?
He has.
Yep. And of course, obviously, we have a code of conduct. Well, I think we do have one, don't we?
You do?
I mean, there's the thing of you don't be a dick to other people for one. And obviously, people get banned for many reasons, and
yep.
As far as I've seen, all of them have been perfectly reasonable reasons to ban people. So, here's what it is.
What's it? I generally hope.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing.
Sorry.
Sorry, I continue. Oh no, I just saw what Flunky and Vorno are talking about now.
What's that?
Anyway, yes, sorry, what you were saying?
I'm just going to say, mate, how does I'll tell you what, if he's coming here to cause carnage.
Yeah,
So,
I hope he hasn't.
Yeah, well, can't see any other reason why he has joined.
Yep.
So, absolutely. I don't know why I've got 30 minutes, but I don't want to bang up the lobby. So I'm going to leave, okay?
Yep.
Before it's, because you've got about a minute left, have you? So I'll let you commentate on the
Yeah, we've
last
got
part.
about a minute. Once the Sector 3 flag finishes up, we've got Perks. I'm a bird in the way of Perks. Jeez, that didn't look good.
So I'm going to jump in when the race...
Yeah, we've got a minute and 10 seconds.
I'm going to jump in when the race starts, and
Yep.
I'm going to leave now, okay?
All right, no problem, mate.
Okay, buddy.
Thanks for popping in.
No worries, mate. Talk to you soon.
Clearing up the situation there.
No worries, man.
Yeah,
Talk to you soon.
Yeah, I was going to say, my bird did straight up block there. That was super unfortunate there because Perks looks like he was improving there. But I'm a bird, just didn't see where he was going there. And straight up just bumped into it. Straight up just didn't get out of the way. So that's mighty disappointing there. Perks has been the challenge Edmo so far in this qualifying session. We've got 30 seconds left. We've got plenty of cars coming through on there. Actually, we don't have plenty of cars coming through on there. We have just a single one. And that is SFR Piastri, but the rest of them are all setting timed laps. Some of them are invalid, and some of them are valid. But poor Hendo here, I don't know what happened there. Might have been between him and Ain't No Kid. But Hendo has been held up, and unfortunately has had to cancel his flying lap. He could have improved by a bit there, but he was held up. And as a result, I think still is being held up. Will he have enough time to cross the line? He will. So he's probably caught off his tyres just a little bit. Did I see you into the Thunderbird? I think earlier on I did. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I'm pretty sure I did see you and Thunderbird off the track though, in the stadium section of this track. But yeah, sadly I only saw it just after the incident, so I didn't get to see what actually happened. But we're now back on board with Hendo. Urban Growth has set 6th fastest time with a 1:16.6. The top 3 his times are all set in stone as they are, with JDM diving into the pits, having set a Sector 1 time apparently. I don't know what happened actually. But he's pitted from P5 and he's going to qualify P5 provisionally. Obviously there are very fast drivers behind him. Itsy Boy here though was rapid. Apparently he was rapid. He hasn't even gone through the Sector 1 timing board yet, so I don't know what's going on there, unless the lobby's glitched, which now he's straight up retired from session. Having set the 8th fastest time of 1:16.974. We're on board with Hendo, who's improved in Sector 2 here. He's looking very strong here to gain at least 1 place here from this lap alone. So that's going to be nice to see. Hopefully his tyres aren't too worn out from the aborted previous lap. Of course, we'll find out when the race comes around. We're going to go around the final corner on board with Hendo. We're going to see he sets a 1:16.6 and puts him into P6. That's a lot of sixes in one sentence there. Urban Growth, of course, has already finished. Hardwidge does go up into P7 with a 1:16.640. So again, very close between Hardwidge and Hendo. But further back of field, we're seeing plenty of retirements. I'm guessing from people who've just dived into the pits or don't want to prolong the wear on their tyre as they go around the track. So there you go, Edmo on provisional pole. Oh, he's on pole actually. He's not on provisional pole. He's just straight up gotten pole position by 0.3 of a second to his teammate Perks in the McLaren. Further down the field, it's Greeny starting P3 in the Alfa Romeo. Last race he was in the Haas, and now he's in the Alfa Romeo, which I'm pretty sure is a no-no. But he's in the Alfa Romeo, so unfortunately can't change that. Piastri is in P4 in the Mercedes. JDM in the second Alfa Romeo is P5. Hendo, Hardwidge, Urban Growth, Itsy Boy here, and Bremer round out your top 10. Bremer appears to be the sole medium runner of the lot, so I believe that's a strategic move there from Bremer to sort of kneecap his qualifying pace a bit there by going on the harder tyre to last longer in the race. Further down the field, obviously, below the top 10, we've got Mad Dog, Stroker Ace, Salty, Humberbird, Ain't No Kid, Goffy, Kirko, and the retirements are McNeils and Flunky. Flunky's obviously a Division 2 driver and therefore cannot set a time. Yeah, Edmo is very rapid. He's a very quick driver, a very quick racer. Should stop saying driver, but anyway. Yeah, so only 3 times within about a second there.
Yeah,
sorry, yeah.
Yeah, nice time there by Edmo, I must say. He's definitely Div 2 pace. And yeah.
Oh, I'd even say he's probably Div 1 maybe.
No, not a 15.4. Nah, the boys were in the 14s last night. So he'd be we'll see how it goes in Div 2.
Then.
Well, you'll come back to Div 2. It's all good. Actually, while I'm at the not this week, but the week after, you're more than welcome to take my AlphaTauri. I'll be away, so if you want to jump in and read easy for the Div 2 boys for the last two races of the season, by all means, take my seat, mate. So,
All right, absolutely.
no,
Yeah, yeah. Considering it's a shorter format, yeah,
yes,
it'll be fun to go back to that. So
exactly.
I'll
So,
absolutely take that offer.
yeah, nice work from Edmo. Congratulations, well-deserved pole. Hey, Purex, pretty good. Greenie, currently leading the championship, and now with this shortened format, it's going to be good. But what's happening with the lobby? Who hasn't forwarded through?
Apparently, I have to leave the lobby and rejoin. Apparently, I don't know what's going on there, but
Okay, well, if that's the case, I would do
because
that.
lobby glitch.
Lobby glitch.
Yeah, can I even leave? No, I can't without restarting the game and cancelling the stream. Who hasn't readied up? Because the host loads in before the drivers and bugs the lobby. My god, does anything work in this game?
Okay, you're going to have to leave and then reboot it in.
Okay. So yeah, so do I just obviously it'll pause the stream.
You're going to have to pause the stream and then come back in. The lock you join.
All right, well I'm back on. I'm gonna try
Yeah,
and join off.
down was it. It was cancelled. Restart the lobby, boys. Hopefully we got those.
Oh, did we? Oh, we restarted
No,
the lobby.
it's okay, mate, because you're going to have to restart the lobby because you can't join back in.
Oh, I've got an online services error anyway.
What's that?
So I'll go on online services error anyway. Yeah, we did have. Well, I mean, I went through obviously the comms. So, oh, it's joining session. No, don't join session.
Can you?
All right, let me just do another lobby. Yeah, but apparently it's been bugged anyway, so I'm just gonna create another session and just
Yep.
join.
I'll let the boys know you do what you need to do.
Oh, I'm already in the Discord, so I can.
Yep, cool. Radio. Do you want me to give you the... Excuse me.
No, you're good, mate. Who was it? This is someone. It was Flunky. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh, this game crashed on me again? Alright. Mexico. Make sure that obviously everyone has to join off me. I'm gonna get rid of the quali. Oh no, not session length very short. I nearly made it a 5-lapper. Okay, obviously we're gonna have to make it off.
No, it's okay.
Grid.
Yep, custom grid.
Everything's fixed, everything's there. Alright.
Okay.
I still can't do everyone on this Discord for some reason.
Okay.
Anyway.
Radio, bear with me, I'm just getting to the end of it.
Unless they're racing and the game's just apparently they're racing.
What?
I've got no idea. I'm seeing It's Your Boy here and Hendo in Mexico, so I don't know what is going on there. But unless they actually have started an attempt. But anyway.
No. Can you join that lobby?
I'll have a quick look. Yeah, they're on laps 3 out of 19, 3 out of 18. Are you fucking kidding me? This is pathetic. DRS has apparently been enabled. People have left sessions. A lot of people are out. Yeah, no, we really ought to just restart the session. No one's... Yep. Alright, so we are definitely restarting the lobby there. That's okay.
Cool.
Because they're all too busy racing. They didn't bother checking the fucking Discord.
Yep, which is fair enough. At least they're racing.
That's very true, yeah. They're saying just ping everyone. SMH. I can't ping everyone. I don't have the privilege to be able to ping everyone. So anyway, not my problem, unfortunately. Alright, track list. Yeah, Fanatical did join the fuck that up. Oh well, is what it is. Weekend structure. No, quali, custom grid. Spectator. There you go. Anything. Got people steadily joining back in. Yeah, I'm a bird said he starts last in this lobby.
Yep.
So, do we have a screenshot of the result anywhere?
I've got it in front of me.
Cool, cool. So just let me know who's on pole.
Yeah.
Go into settings. Weekend structure, grid editor.
Okay. Yeah, so bear with me.
I've got. Yep.
Okay.
I was gonna say if you have the results, just send them over to me and I can do it.
Nah, I'm doing it off the I'm doing it off the actual stream.
Right, gotcha.
Okay, so Radio, you ready?
Yep, Edmo was pole.
Edmo, Purex, Green, Piastri,
Green. Yep, sorry, just Piastri. Yep.
JDM,
Yep, JDMP.
Hendo,
Yep. Hendo P6. Yep.
Hunter,
Oh, yeah, Hardwick.
Yep.
Hardwidge.
Yeah.
No, he's not here yet. He's not here yet.
Urban Growth is 8th. I bet you Hunter is still in the other lobby.
Flunky's here. He's dead last, along with I'm a Bird.
Where were you? Urban Growth, it's your boy.
Yep, it's your boy. Yep.
Exprema,
He's not here yet.
Mad Dog,
Mad Dog is already behind It's your boy here, thankfully.
Striker Racer.
Yep, Striker S behind Mad Dog.
Yep. RNG Salty.
Not here.
I'm a Bird. I bet you they're all still racing.
Maybe. Yeah, we are restarting. Yeah.
What was that? What were you up to? I'm a Bird's 14th. And that should leave you.
So he's...
Yep. Bear with me. And then.
Flunky was further down. But yeah, so I've just kept them down at the bottom.
Yep.
When others join.
Okay, bear with me here. I'm just going to get the rest. Okay. Wait up. Yeah, I'm a Bird. We've got the 14th. Yep.
Yep. Oh, someone else has just joined. Bremer. Where was Bremer again?
Bremer
P10,
is 10. P10.
Yep. And the Mad Dog was 11th, was he? Or was he 9th?
Mad Dog was... Okay. Mad Dog was 11th. You got to I'm a Bird. Ain't No Kid in 15th.
Ain't No Kid is not here.
Invite him. Invite him. He won't join without an invite.
Yep, that's fair enough.
Goffy was next.
Yes, Goffy is down there. Sorry, just give me a sec. Where is...
Do you want me to invite... Oh, I'm not even in the lobby.
No, I found him. I found him. I found him. Also invite Hardwidge as well for good measure. Where? There he is. Oh, he's on the YouTube.
Who's that?
Also invite Hardwidge.
Oh, is he? He's definitely left then.
Yeah.
Goffy was after Ain't No Kid.
Yep. Ain't No Kid sadly not here. Oh, hang on, we have someone who's joined. Ain't No Kid has joined. Okay,
cool.
So top 10 is right. No, it's not, because we had waiting on Hardwidge who's left. So 11th was Stroker Ace.
Yep. So Striker Ace, RNG Salty, I'm a Bird, Ain't No Kid, Goffy, McNeil's, and Cubistic.
Right, gotcha.
Okay. Exprema is the only one that starts on mediums. Everyone else is on reds.
Yep. Just gotta wait on maybe one other person, maybe? Just gonna wait and see if there's anyone else that will join, because we are still waiting on roughly 2 people. 2? Yes. Something in that ballpark anyway. Yeah, Bremer was on the mediums, yep.
Yep. Okay, someone else was on the mediums, were they? Keep going.
Not that I was
No,
aware
not
of.
that
I
I'm
swear it
aware
was just
of.
one person. Yeah.
I'm just scrolling up. I don't think anyone else. Mad Dog's an exception, actually.
Yeah. Why? What's up? He's the thing starting. So.
Yep.
So. Do I change for it? Do I change the grid for him?
Nah, just leave it as it is.
Cool. Cool. Got 16 people in. 2 are absent. That's alright. We'll get this race underway. It's only a short race. If anyone joins at this point, they're going to be at the back of the grid, unfortunately. Kind of not our choice there. Anyway, we are underway. Got the
shit, there we go.
starting up. It is cloudy. It's not wet though.
Have you got the Twitch going?
Yeah. Twitch has been going the whole time.
Oh, no, it's not. I'm telling you now, it's not.
Are you serious? Oh, it is on my end, on my phone.
Bear with me. Yeah, you're all good. Yep, sorry about that.
Alright, cool. Yeah. No, you're good.
Yep.
I just wanted to make sure. I was worried for a second in case my phone was doing something.
No, you're all good. Ooh.
What happened? Yeah, game completely crapped itself. I mean, barely a shock. Game can't even do basic lobbies anymore.
Nope. Just put a poll up there as well. How many safety cars? 2 or less, 3 or more.
Oh, that's
And
interesting. I mean, we didn't have it.
Vorno is poured in 2 or less. We've just got a flurry of points here now. People are just chucking points everywhere now.
Yeah, I am too.
Yep, there you go. 2 or less, 3 or more safety cars, guys. Just chuck it in for the race.
He's chucked in so many. Holy shit!
Exactly.
I can't 80.
And I can't do it either, so not allowed to. Anyway, the boys are. Some idiot has just read it up. Like, you know what? You were told a minute, and they just do their own shit, and they wonder why this stuff plugs around. Anyway.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is
anyway,
what it is.
5 lights out. We've got a long stretch to turn 1.
And no formation lap. Well
goes.
done. Good stuff.
Yeah. No formation lap, yeah.
Edmo gets off pretty nicely.
Yeah, exactly.
2 McLarens.
2 McLarens looking very strong there going into turn 1. We're going to see, because there's a big braking zone here, and a lot of people will want to try to dive on the inside here. Got Piastri running, mounting over the curbs just a little bit there, but it seems for the most part everyone, except for Flunky, has kept themselves in good order. Flunky has been spun somewhere and has lost. He's lost a lot of places there. He's down at the bottom now. Has no damage though, except for a bit of a bruised ego there, because that would have been very unfortunate there. I'm not sure what happened, but nonetheless, so McLaren's leading 1-2 currently. Got Mad Dog getting past Strecker Race for P9 actually, and a nice move there. Got alongside him, although Strecker Race comes back past him and wants to get that place back. They run each other just a little bit wide there, but Strecker Race ends up losing another place, and Bremer ends up going slightly wide as well, and ends up losing that place too.
Yeah, and Bremer's not getting
hits one of the boards.
Bremer's not getting any advantage over those mediums. He is going backwards faster.
Yeah.
Then
Oh, and I think he hits Ain't No Kid a little bit there. I'm not sure if he got wing damage from that, but he did bump Ain't No Kid a little bit. But he's going to dive down the inside in the stadium section there. Does
yes.
he stay? He stays alongside Ain't No Kid,
Oh,
runs around the
Mad
bowl.
Dog's lost it.
Oh, we
Mad
have
Dog's
damage. Mad Dog's out.
yeah, he's out. He
Don't know
gave a
what
clip.
happened to Mad Dog there.
He actually clipped the inside of the stadium section on the last corner, and he's out. So virtual safety car.
Yep, VSC. So we managed to avoid a VSC or a safety car. Like, we managed to completely avoid it in Mexico. Sorry, in America. But lap 1 in Mexico, we get a VSC. So we're on board with Flunky now, who dives into the pits. The other medium runner, probably going on to the softs, because he's probably recognised that the softs are definitely going to be critical at this stage in the race. Goffey has a 3-second time penalty. Not sure what for.
Well, that's no surprise from Goffey. Goffey gets penalties like candy, that boy.
So kind of like me, then.
Very soon. Yeah, exactly. He's gone. He's got. Yeah, QB's gone for the Reds. I don't know if he's going to get 17 laps out of them though. So
No, he won't get 17 laps out of them. It'll be quite a stretch to get that much out of them. But it just depends on how long this VSC goes for. Because I guess every lap would count, but it's still a very risky thing to do.
Yep, exactly.
As the safety car ends, apparently. Not that we were able to tell because the game gave us no warning whatsoever. Quality stuff there, Cody's.
Good work, mate. Gotta love Cody's.
Gotta love Cody's, eh?
Yes,
Anyway,
exactly.
so positions remain steady at this point. We have Mad Dog out of the race, so we have a single retirement. We had, I believe, one or two retirements in the second race. So does VSCs count towards the safety car pole, by the way?
Yes, I do. So that's one safety car.
Ah,
Well, because it's a
alright.
25%. So they're going to do a lot
Yeah.
more virtual safety cars. So yes, that counts. So it's one down.
Yep, one down.
One down.
It's only been one lap. I think I went full house and put a lot
Yes.
of points on that.
And Purex wider than an elephant's ass out there on turn 3.
Yeah.
Be
Keeping the,
You'd want to be a little bit careful.
stretching every bit of advantage you can get to keep away from JDM, currently running in P3. JDM's had a really good start, actually.
True, in the Alpha
Greeny.
Romeo.
Yeah, in the Sol Alfa Romeo running. Right. Actually, a lot of the all the Ferrari powered teams just have a singular car running, I'm pretty sure. So, tough. Oh no, sorry, Haas doesn't. Haas, I just forget Haas.
Where's my mate Kirko? He's not racing. Come on, Kirko.
No, he's not racing. He did race in America, but he finished, I think,
Time for
15th,
bed for
I think.
Kirko.
Might be. Edmo sets the fastest purple sector in Sector 2, so that's definitely a very good pace there. But Perks is definitely still nipping at the rear of his car. Perks not letting him sail away with this. As Edmo sets the fastest lap of a 1:17.820. So it's a very quick, very quick lap time.
Well, those mediums are starting to blend in for Bremer in ninth.
Where's
So
Bremer currently? Yeah,
he's
Bremer's
P9,
currently
but
ninth. So those
yep, he's starting to warm up on those mediums. And I think
Greeny's just gone past Piastri for P4. They're still alongside each other going into the turn 2 and 3 complex. Does Greeny stay ahead? Greeny does indeed stay ahead. What a wonderful pass there from Greeny. Take P4 off Piastri's hands as Hendo comes up behind Piastri to take P5 for good measure. That's 2 corners lost in a single sector there for Piastri. As Hendo and Piastri are side by side, Urban Growth is catching up to him too for good measure. So it's been an awful lap for Piastri, losing 2 places so far, and a 3rd position is under threat. He's just lost it. He's spun. He's damaged his front wing.
oh,
I think his wheels locked.
Piastri's out.
Yeah, Piastri's locked. He's locked his wheels. I think his wheels bugged out or something. But as a result, he's just lost a lot of places. So
Yep.
what's been a horrible lap for him has just become a nightmare lap for the poor dude.
Yes.
Down in second last currently.
In second.
Growth and Hendo swap places. Urban Growth and Hendo are having a good battle here for P5. Going through the stadium section. Found out, and it took me a while to realise this, but I found out that that whole stadium section was actually once a baseball stadium.
Well, there you go. I didn't know that.
So,
I learn something new
little
every day.
interesting factoid. Yeah, exactly.
So a couple of
It's
good battles. I
fun
think
little factoid
Hendo's
to
going to
find
get
out.
Urban Growth here on the straight. And I think
He
you're going to
absolutely
find
is,
that
yeah.
Bremer is going to chew up It's a Boy for
Good boy
toast.
here. Oh,
Yeah.
Piastri's retired from
Yes,
session. That
yeah.
might bring out a safety
Not a
car.
surprise. Do we have another safety car?
We might. Hendo's just gotten past though. Will Bremer get ahead? Bremer does indeed get ahead. So the second AlphaTauri gets ahead of the second Aston Martin. So the Aston Martins and AlphaTauris having a wonderful battle here for the points-paying positions. Further back of field, we don't have much battling going on, but we do have Goffey not far behind McNeil's in the Red Bull. We still have a yellow flag in Sector 3. But at this stage, doesn't look like we're getting a VSC or a safety car.
And the henchman in the chat saying he doesn't feel sorry for Piastri.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't he TES signs?
Oh, was he?
Was he never? I don't know. I've heard apparently that
know.
was what happened, but I have no
Piastri's
idea.
left. He's gone. He's got an F2. He's got F2 to practice for this weekend and wrap up the championship.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Urban Growth.
Absolutely gutted that the real Oscar Piastri will not get a drive next season.
Oh,
he's just sitting there in the background.
He's just sitting there. He's going to be waiting there, and he's going to get his opportunity.
He's a Russell Leclerc tier talent in my eyes.
He's going to actually, if he wins on the weekend, fun fact, he'll have achieved something Leclerc and Russell weren't able to achieve. That was 3 championships in a row. So, there you go. I know Leclerc and Russell went back-to-back, GP3, F3 and F2, but they didn't win their series the year prior. So, Piastri's a talent, mate. Just watch him, and he'll get his opportunity, probably with Ocon, when Alonso retires next year. So,
Bremer's gutted if Alonso retires next year.
Yeah, Bremer and It's a Boy having a nice little tussle here for 7th and 8th.
Yeah, they are. They've just swapped places again.
And
swapping places left, right, and centre these last few laps.
Absolutely, and It's a Boy's taking him again on that shorter straight.
Yep, on the soft compound tyre, he's got the better exit. Bremer nearly loses it. In fact, he nearly loses it twice, but keeps the car under control and loses a significant amount of time to It's a Boy here. So unfortunately, that battle ends prematurely. Only for now, though, because the tyre differences will come into play as the race progresses.
And that's it. And Bremer's well in touch, mate. He's only 12 seconds behind the leader, so yeah, he's got the opportunity. The mediums will come to him. He'll be able to go a little bit longer, so it'd be good to see how he goes.
Yeah, absolutely. It was weird last race, actually, because we had a few people go short on the soft, go short on the medium, and then we had one go long on the soft. So we had all these different strategies kind of playing. I'm guessing it was largely pace-based, to be honest.
Hendo in the pits, he's going mediums nice and early. 3 second time
so he's
penalty
done what he did last race.
Yep, so...
No kids in the points.
Nice work, ain't no kid. Love to see that boy get points.
Absolutely, I agree. It's good to see him up there.
Good to see Pure.
But, anyway...
Good to see the baby food man taking it up, Purex. That was the type of baby stick that I gave my kids, Purex. That's right.
Oh, Purex. I thought it was Puree.
Yeah, Purex. Anyway, the baby food. He's not giving Edmos and... Well, that's not bad. McLaren's a 1-2. Danny Rick and Lando Norris doing pretty well in there.
Yeah, the McLarens in Div 3 are the benchmark team, I'd say. With previous drivers and the current lineup, you know, they've been very fast. And I feel like that's kind of the team all the fastest guys want to go to for one reason or another.
That's it.
It's different between the divisions I see, because I believe in Div 2 it's the Williams who are really quick. I actually don't know, but... There's a different team that's quick.
Aston Martin. Goats for life.
Aston Martin's really quick in Div 2, and then Div 1 it's obviously the Alpine.
No, McLaren. McLaren's leading the championship.
Oh, in Div 1?
Yeah. Cahoot
really?
and JC Wales. Oh, hell yeah. By the length of the fleet.
No, that's Mercedes. They're Mercedes, those
guys.
Mercedes.
You said Alpine.
Oh. Yeah, I thought because Hugh Daff was doing
No. He didn't race last night, so Cahoot's basically got one hand on the title at the moment. This is actually probably the closest championship. Greeny was only leading coming into this by 2 points. So he's up for vital points. In fact, what I might do is I might go while you're commentating and I'll get the results up so you can look at that.
I'm super curious to see where Urban Growth is too, because if there's like JDM, Perks, Greeny and Urban Growth, It's Your Boy here and Bremer are all super consistent points. They're always up there.
Came in late. If you remember, Urban Growth started Division 2. And then he's coming late, but he's won 2 of the last 3 races as well. So
so he's been fantastic. That's why I've given him so much praise in these last few commentaries that I've done, because he's wonderful to watch.
Yeah, well, Urban Growth's currently sitting 5th. So coming into this, Greeny had a 20-point lead over Showtime, who's not racing tonight, and then It's Your Boy was sitting 3rd, and they were both on 122. So right now, Greeny doing okay in front of It's Your Boy and Urban Growth. So, look, he's been consistent, Urban Growth. He's actually, give you an idea, since he joined back in round 9, he's gone 2nd, 5th or 6th with the fastest lap, 2nd, 1st, 2nd, 1st. That's his last 4 races. So
that's a mad.
that's
That
not
is
too
some
bad.
very,
That's
very
not
impressive
including
form.
USA, so not too bad. He's been good.
Yeah.
Look, he's definitely a Div 2 driver. Let's not get it wrong, but he just couldn't race on Monday nights, so that's why he dropped into Div 3.
Yeah.
So,
and that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and Div 2, midfield Div 2 is upper field Div 3, I'd say.
Exactly.
Like, you know, those
Absolutely.
two are kind of
And that's what you
interchangeable to a
want.
degree.
That's it.
I was just going to say, we've had a few people just dive into the pits there. JDM, Greeny, and It's Your Boy here all just popped into the pits there to change onto fresh medium tyres, respectively. Out in 6th, 8th, and 11th, respectively.
And if
Coffee now in the points paying positions.
And as of Japan, in the constructors, Aston Martin was leading by 270 points to 215.
What?
So there you go.
Wow.
So that was a big jump.
Yeah, absolutely. Sort of like the jump that Mercedes now has going with the last round. I reckon Mercedes in actual F1, in real F1's got the constructors wrapped up there.
Yes, exactly.
Kind of sucks to admit, but
the win.
now they've got it. Perez,
Yeah.
Perez getting DNF
Yeah.
by being squeezed by what was it, Ricciardo and Leclerc, or was it Norris and Leclerc? It was one of the two. With a yellow flag, it's a Ferrari. It's stroke a race with no front wing. He's lost it in sector 2 somewhere.
Urban, I don't know what Urban was doing. If he was going into its virtual safety car, I don't know why he was even thinking about pitting. Urban's jumped up to P2, but I don't think...
Edmo pits along with Bremer. So those two, Bird has a collision penalty with Hendo. Hendo currently running down in P12. So Hendo's avoided penalty, but Bird for whatever reason.
So that's the
has a
second
penalty.
safety car. One more safety car, and that's it. 3 or more.
Yeah, we've had 2 VSCs so far.
Yes.
DRS has been re-enabled, and we're going green again. The game has not given me any warning whatsoever that we're going green again, but we are going green. We've got Perks very far ahead, 9 seconds in front of Urban Growth, with Edmo down in P3 as he went to pit on lap 10 of 18 for medium tyres. We've got JDM running P4 and Greeny in 5th.
Wow, Urban Growth's made a huge mistake there. He actually could have come into the pits and boxed. He was right there in pit entry, and instead he's continued on.
Out.
So that's going to come and bite him up the ass. I think this.
I reckon so.
Yeah.
I reckon
Edmo. This is
Bremer's
Edmo.
just gotten ahead of McNeil's there.
Yep.
Sorry
about that.
Yeah, Bremer's. Yeah. Quality overtake there by Bremer.
Nice work. On the red, so that's going to come back to comfortably ahead. So I think he's going to leapfrog Urban Growth here.
I reckon he absolutely will. Yeah, Urban Growth has definitely made a bit of a strategy blunder there.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a yellow flag. It is a Red Bull going very slow. Oh, that's super close because, again, the track is very narrow in that part. And also actually incorrect per the actual track map, as I found out through a YouTube video. So not only is it tight and crappy to drive on a pad, it's also actually incorrect.
Oh, there you go.
So that's fun. Yeah, let's go through the baseball stadium section once again with purpose driven by the FIA. I don't know what purpose they're driven by, but considering they can't keep consistent ruling.
True.
But you know, anything that gives them a pat on the back, good on them. You know? So we've got Edmo now currently leading with a 5.4 second lead over Perks, so he's gotten way ahead of Perks there. And we have Urban Growth coming out of the pits in P5, so he didn't actually lose out quite as badly as one would have assumed. But Bremer is right behind him without DRS, actually. That's interesting. So he was very close behind him, but didn't get the DRS thing for one reason or another. But on the soft tyres that are now 2 laps in, he's got a much bigger pace advantage over Urban Growth. So Urban Growth's going to be defending for his life out there, trying to keep that P5 away from Bremer's hands. And once again, it is now a sort of a warped Noah's Ark of Aston Martins versus AlphaTauris from 5th to 8th. As I realise I've now got a cold cup of tea in my hand. It's not great, but anyway, it's what it is.
It is what it is. Let's see how long Urban Growth can hold out Bremer, because he's definitely on a charge. Will be the only one on the reds on this way back.
Edmo sets fastest lap on the medium tyre, the 1:17.4 I believe it was. Further down the field, we're going to keep an eye on Bremer, because Bremer is absolutely going to get DRS in this stretch of the track, and it's a very long main straight here. He's got DRS open, cut to the left side of the track, side by side going down the main straight.
And Urban just gave him a stamp. Bremer didn't even have to lick or send it right there. That was a pretty easy pass.
Express post there.
Express post.
Mexico straight down to Australia. Not by DHL though, because DHL are crap.
Yes, exactly. Totally agree.
I say that though because, like, about an hour before this was happening, I was just watching a random video of this dude who was just shipping air tags to random places and seeing what DHL were doing with them. And to be honest, I don't know why you would do this, but he shipped like 3 of them to random places in North Korea, and I'm like, why would you do that for one? Like, you can ship stuff there, but they're not allowing stuff there because of COVID. But why would you do that?
Yeah, very true.
But apparently DHL have an office in North Korea for some anyway, so apparently DHL are a bit scummy with that sort of thing when it comes to that, because they'll either take it to the wrong place, it's either South Korea or China, or they'll ship it back to Germany and then claim it's lost.
God, there you go.
So
Greeny is probably the closest battle behind JDM. He'll have DRS on the main straight.
yeah, what happened there? I was going to say, Bremer got ahead of Urban Growth as well. I can't believe I got carried away talking about goddamn postal services.
We
Bremer...
saw that. That was the last lap. That was in the main straight.
Right, gotcha. Okay,
that's how we got on to
anyway, Greeny gets ahead. JDM, a wonderful pass there.
Yes.
Does he stay ahead?
Yes, he does.
Get another postage stamp.
Yep.
Not through DHL. Royal Mail.
Royal Mail, that one.
And he's got DRS for good measure as well, so he's going to stay far ahead of JDM
That's it,
going into this complex sector.
Yes. Yeah, we've had 2 Vorno, we've had 2 VSCs, we need 1 more, and you collect your cash. So...
Yeah, I put a lot more than you did, mate, and I've realised it's probably a bit of a mistake. I just realised that I'm playing with fire here. No disrespect to Div 3, but a lot of safety cars happen in the 50% races.
Goffy's
I was frankly shocked at that none.
Yeah, Goffy's got Stroker Racer down from P11, so that's just a 1 move up, so that's been good for him. Just keeping my eye.
Exactly. JDM still remain very close to Greeny, actually. These two are not giving each other any room. They're on the same tyre as well. So it's just going to be a battle of who can manage their tyres better, if their setups are better managed to take on these tyres. So they both go very wide into that last corner there, actually. The left-hander, Greeny, goes to the right side there to prevent giving JDM a slipstream. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 2, and it is Ain't No Kid. Don't know what happened there. His car is fine. Maybe there was an echidna on the track or something.
An echidna. Good old Bathurst, hey? Amazing way.
Good old Bathurst. Quality race, that one.
Race.
That lap 100 restart
yes.
with Kostecki and Waters and all them fighting, that was one of the greatest supercars battles I've ever seen.
Yep.
That was incredible to watch.
I didn't record this.
My hungover ass, anyway.
I didn't record this, but I think it was last week. Sorry, this week. It was the last week of the week before. I was down in Russia, and the guy was on the qualifying lap, and the yellows followed his entire car for his entire hot lap. It went Sector 1, Sector 2, and it was him in the yellows. And don't ask me why, but anyway.
Just F1 things.
Yeah. Now, Bremer's coming up behind Greeny and JDM, and he's on the red. So I know in terms of penalties, we don't show it, which is fair enough. But, you know, if he can get past Greeny and JDM in the next lap or so, he might be able to gap Greeny and get himself on the podium.
Perks is actually not far behind Edmo either, though, fascinatingly enough. There's just less than half a second between those two, and there's a DRS zone for good measure too. So we're going to witness a battle for the lead here between the two McLarens. The two McLarens that are going to have a livery change this coming weekend in Abu Dhabi, the team that lost P3 in the Constructors.
Great question, Andy, in the chat. Not too sure how Edmo lost them.
Wonderful pass there from Perks.
Yes. Perks.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Edmo there, but yeah, Perks did a fantastic move there in turn 1 to get ahead.
Bremer on the outside has double overtaken.
Oh, we're going 3 wide.
And he's double overtaking Bremer into P3. What a move! I am
soft tyres, absolutely sending it.
Oh, that was pretty. That was pretty.
He's doing a giveaway, I think, with the amount of post stamps he's getting ready to have.
I'm going to clip that one. That was an absolutely sensational one.
Yeah, that was absolutely brilliant. That.
Yep.
Got Greeny still hanging out there in P5 though. The battle's absolutely not over yet though. As the 2 cars behind Bremer are within about a second and a half, so withstanding dirty air, the DRS zones are there's still DRS zones to play for, as Greeny has now got it on JDM. But he's a bit too far back to consider making a move unless he feels incredibly ballsy to do that. But no, he's actually caught up to a little bit through braking.
Do you think Edmo's actually got a little bit of green wing damage? Because...
Oh, maybe. I mean, where would he get it on this track? Well, I mean, I can't think of many places you can get it unless he straight up went into a wall.
Well, actually, no, he's staying in DRS. He's catching Perks. So...
Yeah, he doesn't have DRS on, though.
No.
Oh, no, they've just swapped places.
These guys... Oh, hang on. These guys are doing a formation lap. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're just going to swap each other.
So they're doing a Mercedes.
Yes, you lead
all
one
three.
lap.
It's James.
Yes. And
JDM gets ahead. Oh, and JDM spins. Greenie and JDM likely had contact there, and that's
Yes.
affected JDM's race significantly more than Greenie. Greenie has avoided a penalty, has DRS, and Urban Growth has gained from that. So unfortunately, JDM is now back down into P6.
Great.
Still got a sizable gap behind It's Your Boy here,
Yeah.
and Rapid Hendo.
Absolutely, and he's definitely getting away with a lot of track limits. He's just extending it where he needs to.
Exactly, yeah.
In Bremer.
That's kind of the game with this, is that once you've got your tyres a bit settled in, you just got to be comfortable within your track limits and just
Gonna have to go, mate.
set a rhythm going.
Enjoy the rest of the race,
You
mate.
have to get going?
Yeah, mate.
We'll do, mate. There's just 2 laps left, but yeah,
Huh?
no problem.
Okay, mate.
See you later.
Thanks for
mate.
popping in.
Catch you, buddy. See you, mate. Bye.
It's wonderful to have Rapid Vajala on board. It always is. He's a great person to chat to, and he's a great commentator to have on board with us. With 2 laps left to go, the current order is Edmo, Perks, Bremer, Greenie, Urban Growth, JDM, It's Your Boy here, Hendo, Flunky, and I'm a Bird. Those are your points-paying places, and those are the people who are in them. But with penalties in the field, in amongst the points-paying and outside the points-paying field, there's still a lot to play for, but I guess pay for too as well, because people do buy these games. But yeah, Danny Lando is much faster than you. Yeah, Brem has been getting away. Although with 1 lap left, that means I get the coins. Watch this be the worst case of commentator's curse ever seen on Rapid Racing League's Twitch channel. Also YouTube. We upload these races on the YouTube channel, Rapid Racing League on YouTube. So you'll get to see these complete with technical difficulties. All up and in the full glory. If you like that sort of thing and you like some extended watching, and you like my voice, well, there's quite a few videos in my voice there. All Div 3. Oh, and 1 Div 2 race actually. That was last week, I'm pretty sure. I think it was. Was it last week or the week before? I actually can't remember. But well, I was commentating with my good friend Noodles, so hope he's doing well. Starting the last lap of this race, and it is currently a McLaren 1-2. We've seen a McLaren 1-2 plenty of time in this Div 3 championship. They don't lead the constructors. I believe they don't anyway. I actually don't know what the constructors are. You'd think I'd know, given I've been commentating this for about 3 months now, but I still don't know. So if that's not peak me, I don't know what is. So, last lap to go. Looks like these positions are relatively set. The gaps are sizable. McNeil's, though, is very close to Goffey. He has a look down the inside there for P11, but looked a little bit too ambitiously and actually ended up losing time. He is braking later than Goffey, though, and Goffey does run very wide, which gives McNeil's a wonderful opportunity to get past him on the main straight here. He cuts the corner a little bit there, but with ERS being used a little bit early, still won't matter. He'll have DRS to help him. He's catching up to him very closely, although he has barely any ERS left. Now has basically no ERS left, 1%. Gets past Goffey for P11 on the last lap of this race, but I don't think it's quite over yet. They're still very close alongside each other, but McNeil shuts the door and sends it through express post. Now heading through the last few parts of the track here, we've got Edmo crossing the line to win the race. He wins the Mexican Div 3 race. A well-deserved victory given the shortcomings of his internet in the last one. He comes back and sets a statement forth that he means business, and he has the pace to prove it, as Greenie takes P3 from Bremer by 1/10 of a second. So Greenie keeps his championship lead, I'm pretty sure. Keeps it by virtue of just avoiding penalties and consistently keeping close to Bremer. We've got Urban Growth in P5, another solid result for Urban Growth there. JDM in P6, Rapid Hendo crosses the line P7 with It's Your Boy here, with penalties now down to P8. We've got Flunky here now, crossing the line here. He's Div 2, so kind of won't count, but, you know, solid effort from him there anyway, despite the circumstances, to get P9 there. We're going to see where I'm a Bird finishes, if he keeps his P10, or does it go to McNeil's further back, who isn't that far behind him. But Goffey and McNeil's are having a very close battle there, as Goffey gets down on the inside there, and there's actually a bit of contact between those two. But McNeil's keeps it. Oh, and he nearly loses it, but ends up finishing behind Goffey, who finishes P11. Stroker Race gains P12 from McNeil's penalties, and Ain't No Kid is the last of your finishers tonight. DNFs include SFR, Piastri, and Mad Dog. So it's a double DNF for Mercedes, a 1-2 for McLaren, and a Haas on the podium. So that's your 2 races tonight. I get I get a buttload of points. There were 2 virtual safety cars, just 2, and I got a lot of points from that. So Thanks, Warno. I'll make sure I'll give him back to you next time we do something like this. I'll make sure there'll be something I'll get wrong, just so you get even more of them back. But there are your podium sitters. No podium interviews tonight. This is due to technical difficulties. It's gone on a bit longer than we had intended. But there's your results. Hey, it's Edmo. Hey, it's Perks. A McLaren 1-2 with a Haas in third. Bremer just a 10th outside of a podium place. Takes fastest lap in P4. So a little less of a sting there. But still very much a what-if scenario there. Bremer was rapid there to take that fastest lap by a convincing margin to a 10th over the incredibly quick, all session long Edmo. Urban Growth, JDM, Hendo, it's a boy here, Flunky. Although technically it'd be I'm a Bird and Goffy being points paying positions. But they're here anyway. And they're here for the guys who do the scorekeeping to fix themselves. I don't do the scorekeeping. And frankly, it is what it is. So anyway, that is it from me tonight, your host, SD Romulus. This has been Rapid Racing League Div 3, sponsored by Sully's. You're not dressed until you're wearing a Sully's. Check them out on www.sullysshirts.com. We also have a YouTube channel where we upload VODs from Twitch, so you get to rewatch these races if you want to see who gets mentioned, like I do sometimes, or if you want to see yourself crash out, like I do sometimes, or if you just want to see yourself finish P11 for the 5th time in a row, like I do. It is what it is. You can check them out, Rapid Racing League on YouTube. So that's the end of this. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you next Wednesday.